we will be ready to qualify here in about 5 or 10 minutes. Scheduled to start at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
VP Fuels making power heat races, and we'll take the top 3 out of those into the 17th annual Pittsburgher here tomorrow afternoon. Also ESPN2, they'll be in the house tomorrow afternoon taping the Pittsburgher 100, and that'll be shown at a date and time to be announced. So be sure to check out our lucasdirt.com website for that, and we'll let you know when that's going to be on. The H1 car, Calusi Chevrolet, on the side of that mount. H1 is he will take the green flag. He's underway time trials. This is the Oval Craft Racing Alupa Designs time trials. Tell us a little bit about Jared Miley.
Well, he's his first full season in the late models. He was last year's Western Pennsylvania Rookie of the Year in the limited lates. He's the nephew, of course, of Ben Miley, the many-time track champion here at Pittsburgh, looking for his first late model feature win. Had a pretty good rookie season here in the late models, finishing in the top 10. Clock malfunction on the first car. We are ready now. Jared is getting the green flag again.
Hopefully you saw that on his first qualification lap. Again, the timing light did not trip. For the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Keith, another one of our regular runners here at Pittsburgh, and he too is in just his second year of racing. Last year had a sort of a midlife crisis, decided he wanted to be a late model racer, never drove a stock car before, used to be a commercial airline pilot, so he's used to going fast.
That's interesting. 46 years old. Here's his first qualification lap. 19.931. That'll bring up the next qualifier. 5-time late model track champion here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, the 99, Ben Miley. Ben Miley in car 99, our next qualifier in the Oval Craft Racing Alupa Designs time trials. He's in a rocket chassis, Chevrolet Monte Carlo. 20.695, 20.695, Calusi Chevrolet. Machine Shop and Miley BP Car Wash sponsoring the veteran Ben Miley, 5-time late model track champion. Here's lap number 2. 20.995, 20.995.
Jared Miley will be chasing his uncle as he takes the green flag in the H1. This is a brand new race car out just a couple of weeks. He demolished a car here back in August in the Guerin Memorial Race. .19.887 the first lap for Jared Miley, his sophomore year at California University of Pennsylvania.
19 years old, his first time with us with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He'll pick up the checkered flag to complete his qualification attempts.
19.475, 19.475. That is the fastest lap here in the early going.
That'll bring up the next qualifier in the black 2J out of Imperial, Pennsylvania, 32 years old, Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson behind the wheel of a Masters-built Pontiac Grand Prix, Malkut Racing engine under the hood, Chem Oil Company. One of my favorites, of course, the Angry Fish Wrestling Club on the side of that car, along with Penske Racing Shocks and Morgan Excavating, Mike Johnson.
Of course, he is a high school wrestling coach. 19.846 the first lap. 19.846 was a great wrestler himself. He's made this race 11 times. His best finish was 6th in 1999.
Younger brother of 3-time Pittsburgher champion Davey Johnson. Mike comes to the line, lap number 2. 19.500, 19.500. That is second quick time.
On the clock now, the West Mifflin Collision Subway sponsored 14G from West Mifflin. Scott Gunn. Scott Gunn, it's a rocket chassis, a Monte Carlo. Scott, one of our regular Saturday night runners, 2 feature wins here in 2005.
Also Subway, Toys R Us, LA Collision on the side of that car. 20.52, what is
Gunn?
That'll bring up the next qualifier at the 2004 Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway track champion Dave Wade on the track now in car 76. Dave Wade out of Clinton, Pennsylvania, drives a Rocket Pontiac Grand Prix. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, Ty-Guard Machine, and Nigel Auto Solutions sponsoring Dave Wade.
19.845, Dave's first lap time. He picked up one win here in 2005 after his track championship season a year ago. He's made the Pittsburgher twice. His best finish was an 18th 2 years ago in 2003. .432 the second lap, 20.432.
That'll bring up the next qualifier. Back in August, he was inducted into the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame down at the Florence Speedway in Union, Kentucky. The 1997 Pittsburgher 100 champion. Now out of Zanesville, Ohio, it's Rick Auckland. Rick Auckland is 49 years old in a Masters-built Grand Prix. Malkin engine under the hood, K&E Trucking, Chase Race decals, and performance bodies on the side of the Hall of Famer, Rick Auckland.
He's always done good here, James. He, of course, has won the Pittsburgher twice, also won the Big Penn National 100. 19.992 his first lap.
Rick, of course, formerly out of Fargo, North Dakota, Zanesville, Ohio, the 97 and 2002 champion.
20.035 the second lap.
Well, another driver that is inducted into the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame, the number 1 inducted this year. That's the veteran Lynn Geisler. Lynn out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, in a Rocket Grand Prix. Of course, that longtime sponsor on the side of that car, number 1 Concord Automotive, Hotsy Equipment, Bolea Oil, Tri-State Hose and Supply, and AFCO Racing Products sponsoring Lynn Geisler.
He's got the fastest lap so far, 19.374 for Lynn Geisler, the all-time leading late model winner here at Dirt's Monster Half Mile.
Well worth the induction into the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame. Lynn will clock in on lap 2.
19.153, that is the time to beat Lynn Geisler. And look out, here comes the juice, Davey Johnson in the 19.
DJ, 3-time winner of this race in 92, 94, and in 2000. Behind the wheel of the Dale Beitler Racing Rocket Pontiac Grand Prix. Davey, 42 years old now. Malkin engine under the hood, reliable painting. TC Race Cars and Banshee Graphics sponsoring Davey Johnson.
19.461, Davey, of course, holds the race record for qualifying, 18.408. Set back in 2002.
Besides being a 3-time Pittsburgher winner, former track champion here in 1986, second lap. There we got a new fast time, 19.134. 19.134. Juice puts her in, and here's another hot one on the track. Second in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point standings, the Hurricane. And last year's RPM Racing News Driver of the Year, it's Earl Pearson Jr. Earl Pearson Jr., 33 years old in the Carlton and Kemp Lamb Masters-built Ford Taurus. Larry Wallace Racing engine under the hood, Lucas Oil Products, Dunn Benson Ford, K&N Engineering.
19.785 the first lap for Earl, 19.785 for the Hurricane.
Just 110 points behind Don O'Neill in the chase for the championship. Snowco Fuels All-Star Performance on the side of that number 1. The Lucas Oil car of Earl Pearson Jr. lap 2.
19.144, that gets him real close, second quick. 19.144, a lot of guys picking it up between lap 1 and 2.
Well, up next we have the veteran, the number 4 car to Saxonburg, Pennsylvania, Ed Ferree. Ed Ferree in car number 4, and that is a Rocket Pontiac Grand Prix. Cornet engine under the hood. Franklin Racing Supply, AmericanDiecast.com.
19.515 the first lap for Ed. 19.515, 5th all-time in late model wins here.
Butler Pre-Owned Cars and Credit, Moody Sales and Service. Ed Ferree, lap number 2 here at Pittsburgh.
19.473 was second here last Saturday. 19.473 the second lap for Ed Ferree as Jimmy Lepro trips the clock in the Bud's Place Zappy Oil number 6 out of Midway. Running a GRT car.
Well, a lineup this weekend predominantly either Rocket, Laser, or GRT. Also in the house, as you mentioned, lap number 1. 21.124.
True look. Remember that old B4 of his dad.
Jackie Boggs led the first 19 laps of the World 100 last Saturday night at Eldora till an oil pump went out of that car. That is a Schwartz chassis Monte Carlo. Steve Cassio Racing owns it. Jackie Boggs, 36 years old, Cropper Racing Engines. Miller Brothers, Cole McDonald's in Flemingsburg, Maysville, and Georgetown, Kentucky. First lap.
19.500 for Jackie Boggs. He won the Guerin Memorial here in 2004.
Jackie Boggs has a Lucas Oil Label Dirt Series win back in April at the dirt track at Lowe's Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina. Lap 2 for Boggs.
19.464, 19.464 the second lap for Jackie Boggs. Fourth quick. On the clock now on the 81, the Hookstown Hornet, the J&D Towing, Pep Boys 81 of D.J. Miller. D.J. Miller in car number 81, one of our regular Saturday night runners. Couple of career wins here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway.
DJ, 39 years old, his first time with the Lucas Oil Label Dirt Series.
20.628. 20.628 the first lap for DJ Miller. .704 the second lap. 20.704.
Well, two-time track champion in the house tonight, the 02 car, Al Attala. Al Attala in a Rocket Pontiac Grand Prix, Pro Power engine under the hood. On that nice-looking 02 car. His first time with the Lucas Oil Label Dirt Series. First lap here today.
19.621 for Al. 19.621 has been driving the Todd Sorrentia car this year on a part-time basis. They've run here about 5 or 6 times.
Al's Discount Tires, American Environmental Services, Todd's Auto Body, and Peterbilt sponsoring the 2002 and 2003 track champion.
19.672, 19.672 the second lap for Al Attala.
That'll bring up the next qualifier in that number 90 car. He is the all-time winningest driver at the Hagerstown Speedway in Hagerstown, Maryland. Out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania, it's Gary Stuhler. Gary Stuhler in the Gary Neininger Masters Built Grand Prix. Interior Specialist, DNS Racing Collectibles, Leggett Engine Research. Stuhler signs and decals, R.W. Warner, Neininger's Tire and Auto Center, Eastern Caisson Corporation.
19.875 the lap for Gary, 19.875. He was second in the 1990 Pittsburgher. He's got 3 career wins here at the Monster Half Mile.
And again this year became the all-time winningest driver, passing Rodney Franklin over at Hagerstown. MEC Incorporated and Round Hill Service Center also sponsoring Gary Stuhler.
19.403 the second lap, 19.403 the second lap. Fourth quick for Gary Stuhler. Last year's limited late champion here at Pittsburgh, driving the 77, Rich Appolito.
Rich Appolito in the Walden House Towing, Heinrich Construction, Lucan's Reb Fav, Matoka and Sons Plumbing Incorporated and Pro Painting sponsored car.
So Rocket Grand Prix, 20.6252 for Rich Appolito.
Secret here, of course, can't keep your foot in as much as you can. You got to be smooth in and out of the corners here. And up next in car 87, he's out of Bemis Point, New York. That is Chad Ruhlman. Chad Ruhlman in a Rocket Monte Carlo, Spartan Tool Company, Erickson's Restaurant, Rand Machine Products, and Chase Auction.
20.253 to Ruhlman.
Here's one of the up-and-coming drivers in the world of dirt late model racing in car 83, the Silver Shark out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. This is Scott James. Scott currently 5th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points, leading the Rookie of the Year standings. He's 33 years old in a Rocket Grand Prix, Powell Motorsports, Baylor Trucking, Whitewater Laser Auto Wash, Welsh Excavation, BP Fuels, James Art Designs.
19.640's first lap. 19.640. James, understand he is the son of
Bobby James, a three-time World 100 participant. Scott's had a good year with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. If he'd been able to finish a few more races, he'd be higher in the point standings.
It's a good lap. 19.313. 19.313. He's now 4th quick.
That'll bring up the next qualifier. He was last year's late model track champion at the KC Raceway over in Chillicothe, Ohio. The new home of the Dirt Track World Championship race in a couple of weeks. Out of Millersburg, Ohio, 47-year-old Keith Berner. Keith Berner in a Boss chassis Ford Taurus Malkit engine. Under the hood for the veteran Keith Berner in car 18.
20.042. 20.042, the first lap for Keith. He has made a few of the Pittsburghers, 4 to be exact. 6th in the race in 2003.
Trying to improve on that. Massillon Transmission Motorsports, Eddie Snowco, Village Motors, AccuForce Shock Dyno, and Dave Poske's Performance Parts sponsoring Keith Berner.
19.490, lap 2. 19.490.
Up next, the gentleman who's currently 2nd in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Rookie of the Year standing, 7th in the overall points in the 6T car. First 18 years of his racing career was spent motocross racing, the last 5 in dirt late models. This is Tim Dome out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia. Good lap, 19.186. 19.186, 4th quick time. He's 44 years old in a Rocket Monte Carlo custom race engine. Dome Cycle Sales, Axum custom decals. 6 seats here later on. We invert 4 in each of the heats.
19.381 the second lap. 19.381, so his first lap is the fastest. He's 4th quick. Still Davey Johnson, Earl Pearson Jr., Lynn Geisler, 1, 2, and 3.
Up next, it's Tim Gould. Tim Gould in the 2G car, Rocket Monte Carlo. Chem Oil, Station Auto Parts, Alternative Power Services, Bill Kell Racing Engines, and Eric's Floors.
20.496 the first lap. 20.
Mention the time still to be Davey Johnson there in Ovalcraft Racing Aluba Designs time trials. 19.134 up next out of Stoystown, Pennsylvania. Rodney Schweitzer, our next qualifier, a Laser G2 Monte Carlo, Rhodes Performance Engine under the hood. Cherry English Contracting, Clark Distributing and Service, and Ritchie Sandblasting sponsoring Rodney Schweitzer.
19.846 his first lap. 19.846. He made the Pittsburgher once. That was in 2001. And he brought the 84 car home 15th that year. $19.560 the second lap. 19.560 for Rodney Schweitzer.
That'll bring up the next qualifier, currently 3rd in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points. 2 wins this year on the series tour in the car 99, the $1 Million Man, the only driver that ever won a $1 Million to win race on dirt in 2001 at Eldora Speedway. This is Donnie Moran. Donnie Moran out of Dresden, Ohio, the 91 Pittsburgher champion.
19.681 the first lap. 19.681, the track record holder here, set years ago.
42 years old at a Masters-built Monte Carlo SMS race engine under the hood. PBM Performance Products, Eddie Snowco Race Fuels, and Muskegon County Speedway sponsoring Donnie Moran.
19.210, 19.210 the second lap, much better. 5th quick.
Remember, we invert the fastest 24 cars, 6 heats, invert 4. So that bubble, the 24 spot up next, former track champion here. Back in 1998.
Mark Badal out of St. Clairsville. 19.960. Mark running a Rayburn car in 2005, and chassis change for him, was able to drive the T8 to 1 feature win here this season. Mark Banal out of St. Clairsville, Ohio.
Banal Performance Race Car Bodies, Dawes Welding Supply, Lewis Decals and Signs, the Mag Shop. You mentioned two-time track champion here back in 98 and in 2000.
19.349.
Dave Hess Jr., owned by Dave Hess Sr. He was with us down at East Bay Raceway Park in Tampa, Florida back in February. He's 20 years old in a Rocket Monte Carlo, Krager engine under the hood, Hess Garage and Salvage, Roberts Trucking, and Wright Heating and Cooling sponsoring Dave Hess Jr.
19.871 his first lap, 19.871, just 21 years of age, already James with over 100 wins to his career between late models and E-mods.
Trying to make his first career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series event back in Florida, 6 of them, and trying to get it into his first one.
19.595, lap 2, 19.595.
Up next, two-time Pittsburgher 100 champion in 96 and 98. The hitman in the house, Tim Hitt out of Weston, West Virginia. Tim is 36 years old in the Tim Logan Racing, Russell Baker Racing Engines, Moorhead Auto Trucks Parts and Sales, PBM Performance Products, Hall Brothers Truck Repair, Rick's Body Shop, and Wildside Custom Haulers and Truck Conversions. It's a GRT/Rocket. 19.685, 19.685. Former Dixie Shootout champion as well. Tim eligible for that $50,000 coming up in a few weeks down at Woodstock, Georgia, when we're down there for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Dixie Shootout.
19.377.
Trying to get it another Pittsburgher out of Eldred, Pennsylvania in car 04 here in the Ovalcraft Racing Illumina Designs Time Trials. That is a GRT Pontiac Grand Prix. Close's Lumber Company, Close Racing Supply, Linda's Main Attraction, Vic Vina and Allen's Wine and Liquor sponsoring the veteran Bob Close.
19.813, 19.813, the first lap for Bob Close.
Bob is 39 years old, his first time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
$19.659 the second lap, $19.659.
Our next qualifying, the Ovalcraft Racing Illumina Designs Time Trials at the McKees Rock, Pennsylvania. John Hodgkiss in a Rocket Monte Carlo, Hodgkiss Construction, Nigel and Wedge Motorsports sponsoring John Hodgkiss out of McKees Rock, Pennsylvania.
$21.59 the first lap.
One.
On the clock now out of Scott Township in the Hayes Heating and Cooling 21, Tony Mussolino. Tony Mussolino in car number 21. The Hayes Heating and Cooling Rocket chassis. $19.721 for Tony, another one of the young guns, not only running on the dirt, but also campaigning at asphalt late model at our sister track, the Motordrome Speedway.
Also Knowlton Fencing on that car, 20 years old. Lap number 2.
19.710 the second lap for Tony Mussolino.
Lou Bradich up next in the next qualifier here in the Ovalcraft Racing Illumina Designs Time Trials for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, his first time with the series.
Out of Chester, West Virginia, second in the track standings this year, a former champion here in the W.L. Davison H&F Trucking Auction Barn 09. 19.658, 19.658 for the Chester Charger, Lou Bradich.
That's a Rocket chassis Pontiac Grand Prix. And Lou trying to get in his first show with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Lap 2 will be 19,377. 19,377 for Bradich.
Well, he let him out of the pits, but this gentleman on the speedway now, our 2005 track champion in the Johns Towing River Salvage Bryan Equipment 48. It's a Rocket Monte Carlo with a Dream Chevy under the hood. John Flinner from Zelienople. John Flinner. He won it in an exciting fashion here last Saturday night. 19,345 the first lap for John Flinner. 7th quick. 3 wins here, including last Saturday night.
Newly crowned track champion, Bryan Equipment, MCB Motorsports, Flinner signs and decals, and Woodward precision steering components on the side of that Rocket Monte Carlo. Good lap.
19-0. He is now your fastest qualifier. 19.063 for John Flinner.
Well, makes that track championship look even better right now. Fast time so far. Up next, another member of the National Dirt Labor Hall of Fame inducted last month. It'll be Brad Malkett. Brad Malkett, 51 years old. He's out of Strasburg, Ohio. It is C.J. Rayburn Monte Carlo. 19,493, 19,493. Malkett engine under the hood. Malkett's Tavern and Mopar on this side of Brad Malkett out of Strasburg, Ohio. His second lap here tonight.
He too a former champion here. We did not get a second lap for Brad. He'll have 1 lap coming.
Brad, track champion here back in 1997. And we'll need him again. If you can hear us in the infield, we'll send him back out again. Mark Motes is up next in car 23.
The Sunrise Accounting Rocket, Mark Motes out of Hookstown, another one of our regular competitors here. 1 career late model win here at the Monster Half Mile.
Brian signs and decals on the side of that Rocket Pontiac Grand Prix.
20.024, 20.024. Motes.
Well, the Danimals in the house tonight here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway out of Imperial, Pennsylvania. Danny Rich in a Rocket Pontiac Grand Prix. Dream Racing engine under the hood. Simmons Window Cleaning. Larry's Auto, Pep Boys, Classic Tree Service, Damage Incorporated Race Graphics, and Carnes Auto Wrecking, his sponsors.
20.653.
That'll bring up the flying 0. Up next out of Morgantown, West Virginia, this is Steve Baker. Steve Baker in the 0 car, Rocket Grand Prix. Dream Racing engine under the hood, Richard Construction, the Farm Used Auto Parts, Bland's Towing, and Sport Rider Outdoors, sponsoring the veteran car builder racer Steve Baker.
19.499 for Steve. Heartbreak Hotel for him last week. Appeared to be on his way to the track championship, only to suffer a flat tire in the closing laps. But a former track champion himself here at Pittsburgh, Steve Baker.
Back in 1996, of course, he and Mark Richards buying Rocket chassis down in Shinston, West Virginia. Good lap on lap 2.
19.185 for Steve Baker, 5th fastest. 19.185. Here's Brad Malkett out to get his second lap in the Malkett Racing engine, C.J. Rayburn, number 79.
Got a lot of Hall of Famers in the house this weekend. Of course, we've already had Rick Auckland and Lynn Geisler and Donnie Moran, and now B.A. Brad Malkett, his second lap, 19.403.
Something. 493. Jim Kudas, first time out this year in 2005 in the 1K car. Jim Kudas, who made the Pittsburghers, made it twice as a matter of fact. Best finish was in 1999 when he came home 15.
In that Brockers machine entry, that is a Rocket chassis. First lap here this afternoon.
20.092.
About our list of National Dirt Label Hall of Fame drivers. Here's one right here, fans. The 72 car out of Millersburg, Ohio. None other than Racing John Mason. John Mason, that is a Masters-built chassis, SMS engine. And that car is sponsored by Mason Race It Incorporated, Burt Transmission, and DH Custom Decals. Racing John Mason, lap number 1.
19.948 for Racing John Mason. Hasn't won here in a while, but he has been a winner here down through the years. He's got 8 career wins, as a matter of fact, here at Pittsburgh.
Not bad at all. Tied for 16th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point standings.
19.643 his second lap. 19.643 for racing John Mate.
Bring up the next qualifier. He too is a regular on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The C9 out of Richmond, Indiana. That is Steve Casebolt Jr. Steve Casebolt Jr., 27 years old, in a Rocket Ford Taurus. Dargy race engine under the hood. Swaybert Calf Ranches and Arizona Sports Shirts. He's currently 15th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point standings.
19.435 for Steve. 19.435. Picked up a win with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series at Elkins, West Virginia.
And you know what he did? He won $7,000 with that. He gave an engagement ring to his fiancée. How about that?
What a way to spend it.
That's the way you do it.
18.964. That is now the fastest lap. 18.964 for Steve Casebolt. Take that, he says.
How about that? Yes.
He's going to try to get another $22,000 this week to add to that $7,000.
That's right. I don't know what he'll buy with that. Then he already got the engagement ring, so maybe a down payment on the house. Up next, the 2005 Snowco American Late Model Series champion. Out of Clark Lake, Michigan, Brian Ruhlman. Brian Ruhlman, our next qualifier.
19.903, Brian's first lap. 19.903.
Rocket Pontiac Grand Prix, Malkett engine, Dirt Late Model Magazine, and Spartan Tool. He's also the points leader at Eldora Speedway with one race left.
19.685. 19.685, the second lap for Brian Ruhlman.
Well, Rick Briggs, our next qualifier, the 99B car and a Rocket Monte Carlo, Krager race engine under the hood, Meridian Hardwoods of Pennsylvania Incorporated, Tony L. Steck Lumber Company, Briggs Transport, Hardwood Mulch, and Keystone Construction sponsoring Rick Broom Briggs, our next qualifier. He's out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania.
20.888. 20.888 for Rick Boom Briggs.
Former crew chief, former Pittsburgher 100 champion Chubb Frank. Rick Briggs out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania, lap number 2. He'll come to the line, second lap.
Wow, play this one, 20.111. 20.111 for Rick Briggs.
Here's a driver been on a hot streak here in the last month of the season, the defending Pittsburgher 100 champion, the Bartman in car 75 out of Zanesville, Ohio. This is Bart Hartman. Bart Hartman, the 2004 Pittsburgher 100 champion. Last month, of course, he won the $50,000 to win North-South 100 at Florence Speedway. And then the following week, went second in the Jackson 100 at Brownstown, Indiana in a Rocket Pontiac Grand Prix.
19.124. Third quick with his first lap, 19.124. You might have something here for Mr. Casebolt.
Cornet Racing engine under the hood, Urgent Cash, Gress Oil, Imler's Poultry, Banshee Graphics, Jarrett's Body Shop, and All-Star Performance sponsoring Bart Hartman.
19.067.
Well, still only one car under 19 seconds. Steve Casebolt Jr., as you mentioned, 18.964. That is the time to beat. Up next in car number 42, former Pittsburgher 100 winner, Todd Andrews. Todd Andrews, the champion back in '99 out of Eldred, Pennsylvania. Our next qualifier.
The Andrews Auto Salvage, Dirt Late Model Magazine, Laser Chassis, 19.906 the first lap for Todd. First time he's been here with this car, the Laser Chassis, 19.906.
Malkett Racing engine under the hood. The veteran Todd Andrews down the main straightaway here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, lap 2.
19.789, 19.789, better lap 2 for Todd Andrews.
That'll bring up the next qualifier, the number 17 car, the South Park, Pennsylvania, Keith Barbara. Keith Barbara, our next qualifier, the Triangle Benefit Services, Rand Group, Rhodes Performance, S&S Auto Repair, Forbes Field Garage, and Patoka Trucking Repair. Sponsor the veteran Keith Barbara out of South Park in car 17.
19.849 his first lap, 19.849. Keith was the 2001 champion here, has one win here this year. He won our Topless Tuesday show back in June.
Coming out of turn 4, lap 2 for Keith, and he'll clock in 19.553, 19.553.
In the Franklin Racing Supply for a car out of Saxonburg, this is Alex Ferree.
Alex Ferree in a rocket chassis, Dream Racing engine, Franklin Racing Supply, AmericanDiecast.com, Butler Pre-Owned Cars and Credit, Moody Sales and Service, sponsoring Alex Ferree in car number 4.
19.531, 19.531 for Alex. He's made this race 3 times. He was 8th a year ago.
First time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Ed Ferree was out earlier. Alex will take the checkered flag at 19.342. 19.342 for Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point standings. Back in June, he won the $100,000 to win Dream at Eldora Speedway. The number 7, the Buckeye Bandit out of Waterville, Ohio. This is Matt Miller. Matt Miller, 34 years old, in the Denny Thornton Dirt Shop Incorporated Rocket Grand Prix. Russell Baker Racing engine under the hood for Matt Miller, lap 1.
19.567 for Matt, 19.567. He's made this race twice. His best finish was a 9th in 2001 in the Pittsburgher.
McCullough Industries, Performance Rod and Custom, Doug Herbert Performance Circle Track Parts, Low Temp Brazing, Banshee Graphics, Whaley and Son Collision, and McDonald Refrigeration sponsoring Matt Miller.
19.342, 19.342 his second go round.
George Kowatic up next, our next qualifier here in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He drives a Rocket Monte Carlo MCB Motorsports, the Auto House and Flinner signs and decals. Nice looking race car.
25.23 for George Kowatic. Close to getting a win this year. Has won a late model race here in the past. He made the Pittsburgher last year for the first time and came home 19th.
19.730, 19.730. Up next, the 07. The Clymer, New York, Brent Rebergen, our next qualifier. He drives a Bob Pierce chassis. Monte Carlo does. Rebergen in the 07. Ripley Machine and Tool, Licks Keystone Racing Fuel and Oils, and Garflish Trucking and Construction sponsoring the 07.
21.66.
Bring up the next qualifier in car number 55. He's out of Pinconning, Michigan, 30 years old. This is Jeep Van Wormer. Jeep Van Wormer in a Masters build Ford Taurus. Went to that new paint scheme last week at the World 100. Pro Power engine under the hood. Globe Technologies. Bayline Fire Protection and Iron Motorsports on the side of Jeep Van Wormer. First lap, 19.378. 19.378. They're all chasing Steve Casebolt Jr. right now here in the Oval Craft Racing Illumina Designs Time Trials. 54 cars on hand here this afternoon.
19.375 the second lap. 19.375 lap 2 for Jeep Van Wormer.
That'll bring up the next qualifier, late entrant here at with a Pittsburgher car 97. He's the 2005 track champion at the Muskegon County Speedway over in Zanesville, Ohio. Out of Frazeysburg, Ohio, Larry Moran. Larry Moran up next in a Masters built chassis, Budweiser, Competition Sportswear, Balderson Dodge, and Muskegon County Speedway.
20.055 the first lap for Larry, 20.055.
Hero up next, driving car 59. He's out of Jefferson, Ohio. This is Bill Cunningham. Bill Cunningham at a Masters built Pontiac Grand Prix. Advanced Auto Parts, Krager Racing engine under the hood, and Joe and Patty Farrell also sponsoring the veteran Bill Cunningham.
(19.713) the first lap for Bill, 19.713 seconds. Bill Cunningham trying to make his first Pittsburgher 100. (19.397). Lap 2 for Bill Cunningham.
Up next, the 17E car, next qualifier. He's out of Wellsburg, West Virginia, 25 years old, Lance Elson. Lance Elson in a Rocket Grand Prix, Fisher Racing engine under the hood, unique walls and ceilings, Vapor Jet, Subway, and Competition Sportswear sponsoring Lance Elson out of Wellsburg, West Virginia, first lap.
19.374. Lance surprised many when at age 19 he was the fast qualifier for the Pittsburgher in 1999. (19.090), fourth quick for Lance Elson.
About that, he almost became the fast qualifier for the 2005 edition. Up next, since the beginning of the 2002 racing season, he is the winningest dirt late model driver in the country with 88 feature wins. He has 6 this year with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The current points leader out of Martinsville, Indiana, the real deal, Don O'Neill, his first lap. 19.024. 19024, second quick time in that Masters-built Monte Carlo. J. Dickens Racing Engine, A1 Auto Salvage, Living Room Central, Neil Wood Products, All-Star Performance, Well-Picked Berries, and Ken Trader Racing. It is 18.903. That is fast time. 18.903 for Don O'Neill, and there's one car left. And driving the Tim Logan Racing number 68, he's a member of the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame. The driver that's made more World 100s than any other driver in the history of that race, 19 of them, Freddie Smith. 19.750, 19750 for the Southern gentleman. Freddie Smith comes in today, 782 career feature wins, the only 5-time winner of the Dirt Track World Championship race.
19.935, 19.935, going to a backup car. Motor problems in his?
Well, he had some oil problems last week at Eldora. Running 10th in the World 100 and getting ready to go into the 9th spot and having to go to the 68 car here this afternoon, the 2-time Pittsburgher champion Tim Hitt. And so he and crew chief Frank Revel, and nice enough of Tim Logan and Tim Hitt to loan him their backup car. And Freddie, who comes into today 6th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point standings. And he's going to go to the scales right now to make it official. So right now, that'll conclude it. It'll be 54, all 54 did qualify. And we'll run down the top 6 here that will be inverted in the heat races. These 6 will start outside of row 2 of their respective heats in the VP Fuels Macon Power heat races. So the 6th quick qualifier here this afternoon at a time of 19.134. He's a 3-time winner of the Pittsburgher 100 out of Greensburg, Pennsylvania, Davey Johnson. Davey Johnson, 6th quick, 5th quick, 030 in the 17E car out of Wellsburg, West Virginia, Lance Elson. Lance Elson at 5th quick, 4th quick, at 19.067.
We've been hearing a lot about you. You've had great success, and boy, great way to start the weekend.
Yeah, it just means we don't have to start back in the second row of the heat race. Hopefully this rubber will get wide enough, we can pass somebody. But I mean, the racetrack's been, smooth, and don't get much better than this.
Well, your thoughts? I mean, I guess you were here to practice last night. Surprised to be so fast, so quick?
Yeah, we've been pretty good this year on these type of racetracks, and they ain't got a whole bunch of banking in them, and we unloaded out of the box and we was good, and just worked on it just a little bit, and got just a little better, and hopefully we stay like that for tomorrow.
I'm sure you're hoping you're back at the same spot about 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
How about a nice hand, folks? Your fast timer, Don O'Neill.
That's just jumped into the Vasco 11 here the past few weeks. He starts 5th. Jake Simmons in the 68X is 6th. Coming off the 4th turn, the green is out and the Pure Stock Invitational is underway. Craig Kamiker, and we got our first spinner. 66 Aaron Jones, the 8 ball of Joe Betts, and the 1B of Bill Robertson. Betts keeps going. Robertson and Jones do not. Caution on the speedway. Complete restart. Again, hoping to get it through turn 1 this time. The green is out. Kamiker is your leader, Robinson second. Rado Patchen and Joe Anthony, the second row, continue their side-by-side battle. Randy Bauchnet in the 11 is 5th. Oh, we got a spin. Bob Betts in the 81, and we got a couple of more cars caught up in it as well. More than just a spin. Green is back out. We got a car on the wall. Be the J9, or the 28 of Bob Schwartzmiller, excuse me. He's had a bad afternoon. He wrecked in hot laps earlier. He'll go left into the pits. Green stays out. Schwartzmiller, and we got another car into the wall up in turn 3, the 00 of Tim Fulmer. Green is still out. Green is still out. Caution on the speedway now. And we got a wreck after the caution. The 17 of Joe Anthony's up in the wall. Obviously, the magnetic powers of the wall have been increased here in the last few laps, sucking them up in one after another. Shesky has the bumper being torn off of his car. He'll have to go to the back of the field. .28 laps to go. Rado Patchen has taken over second in the 51. Now he tries to take the lead away from Craig Kamiker. Patchen has the lead. The Sunrise Motors car is your leader, but Jake Simmons, who was running 4 spins and collects the 36 of A.J. Poljak and the 37 of Aaron Frazier. To the pits. Green is out. Off we go into the sun in turn 1. Kamiker on the high side, still in front by just a nose. Patchen second. Randy Bauchnet in the 11 slides into third. Darrell Robinson in the 1R fourth. Robinson and Bauchnet wheel to wheel for that third spot. Joe Anthony runs 5th in car 17. Sean Bryan in the 4, Jason Foston in the J19, and the 10 of Nick Kachuba joins that front battle as well. Kamiker continues to lead. Patchen looks to his inside in turn 4. He pulls alongside as they race off of 4. Racing Rado Patchen, your new leader. Kammacher second, Robinson third. 52 does a 360 and keeps going. He gets the star of the night. I agree with you, mister. I agree with you. He gets an A. Patchen, Kammacher, Robinson, Bauchnet, and Anthony are top 5. Sean Bryan is 6, Nick Kachuba 7, Jason Fosnot 8, Aaron Jones moving to 9th, and Mike Crush in the 5 into 10th. '15, Jim Wagner thought he was slowing down for a minute, but he's back up to speed on the backstretch. 24 laps to go. Tim Fulmer, the 00, tried to charge back up through the field around the 8 ball. Whoa! Betts in the 8 ball and the 37 of Aaron Frazier. Frazier 37, the water just pouring out of the front end of it. Trying to get him down off the racetrack. He is elected to go inside. A surprise, maybe. Seems like the outside line is the preferred line on the restarts, but he gets a good one. He was ready. The green is out, and so is Ron. Out in front into turn number 1. '66 career wins here at Pittsburgh for Ron O'Patchen. Trying to pick up a big number 67. Sean Bryan moving forward in the 4. Randy Bauchnet not moving forward. He's headed the wrong way in the 11 car. Nick Kachuba is 5th now, Anthony 4th, Robinson 3rd, Kammacher 2nd, and O'Patchen sets the pace. Aaron Jones challenging for a top 5. Nick Kachuba trying to pass Joe Anthony for 4th. Kachuba and Anthony side by side. Aaron Jones almost going to make it 3 wide. Kachuba to 4th, Aaron Jones now to 5th. Aaron Jones on the charge. He slides to 4th in the 66X. The Larry's Auto Simmons window cleaning Chevy. Now remember, this is an invitational. Some of the cars are running bigger wheels than what are normally allowed here on a regular show. Aaron Jones is one of them. Kachuba's got the big rims on as well in the number 10 car. It's like the top 3 are running their regular Saturday night wears. O'Patchen in front, Kammacher nipping at his heels. Craig now looks to the inside of Ron in turn 4. Closing in on halfway, 17 to go. Joe Anthony around the Sean Bryan 4. Bryan is off the pace. Sean Bryan slowing on the backstretch. And we got a wreck in 1 and 2. The Betts 81 and the Frazier 52. That'll be a break for Sean Bryan if he can get in the pits and get it fixed. But hand turn on the back straightaway right in front of Joe Hackemer in the 69, and I don't know how it wasn't worse. We also have a car, I think that's Aaron Jones, who is running 4th, that spun around over in turn 4. Seems Aaron Jones was motioned to the 4th spot, and he must have thought that He was the caution. Back on the way. Ron O'Patchin, still your leader. Craig Kamaker second. Darrell Robinson third. Nick Kachuba and Joe Anthony battling for fourth and fifth. Kachuba in the 10 with that left front fender a flapping in the breeze. He is now fourth. Joe Anthony fifth. Jason Fosnot sixth. And Jeff Bronaszewski and Jake Simmons. Bronaszewski and Simmons were both in the pits earlier. Halfway. Sean Bryan headed to the pits for a second time in car 4. Craig Kamaker actually helping Ron O'Patchin down the straightaway, the nice guy that he is. Saving on that fuel mileage. Robinson in the 1R. 10 Kachuba. Fulmer dusting off the wall over in turn 2 in the 0-0. Oh, Kachuba and Robinson are banging the wheels. Here comes Jake Simmons, bonsaiing on the inside of the 68X. He's up to 5th. Twelve laps to go. Ron O'Patchin shows the way, but boy, he doesn't have much room to breathe. Craig Kamaker, Darrell Robinson, Nick Kachuba, Jake Simmons, Joe Anthony, Jason Fosnot, Jeff Bronaszewski running all with the lead pack. Randy Bauchnet in the 11 trying to hold off Bill Robertson in the 1B. Robertson by him. Jason Fosnot in the J19 moving up into 6th. O'Patchin trying to protect that lane. Ron's probably turned as many laps as anyone here. Hard guy to pass. Joe Anthony starting to smoke big time in the 17. His afternoon looks like it's about to come to an end. 10 laps to go. He is starting to slow down, it would appear. Black flag for the 17 of Joe Anthony. Good hard racing in the back of the field. 8-ball and Jen. And the 66 of Aaron Jones, a little contact. Anthony trying to drift the 17 to the pits. We got a 6-car freight train out in front with 9 laps to go. Jason Fosnot going to the outside of the J19. Fosnot on the charge now, challenging Kachuba for 4th. Everyone down on the inside. Jason says, hey, let's try that middle high line. Oh my, Jake Simmons goes around in the 68X. Caution is out. Whoa. And Aaron Jones, the teammate of Jake Simmons, spins around to the inside of that 4th turn after him at bay. Green waves again. Good restart for O'Patchin. Definitely got it hooked up on those restarts. Tim Fulmer trying to charge up through the field in the 0-0. He's had a couple of problems early in this one. Joe Anthony, who went into the pits, is coming back out of those pits. Kamaker again applying the pressure in turn 4. the Betts 8 ball spinning around here, coming off of turn number 4. Caution is out. Joe Betts in the 8 ball from West Sunbury. Scratched on that one. Daryl Robinson way behind on the restart of the 1R, the third place car. Not a good start, says our starter, Denny Carson. 7 laps remaining, Ronald Patchen. We're waiting for the green flag this time, and off he goes. And look out, we got a smoker, the J19 of Jason Fosnock. Caution is out. We got a bunch of moisture there right in the middle groove coming off of 4. Ronald Patchen has been your leader since lap 4, which seems like an eternity. Ray Kamaker and Daryl Robinson continue to hound Patchen with Nick Kachuba fourth. Bill Robertson, who had all those problems early in the race, he was involved in 2 cautions, is now 5th. Everyone getting up on the wheel. 5 laps to go. Daryl Robinson trying the outside, but he can't make it work. He's still 3rd. Tim Fulmer, the 0-0, dives to the inside of Bill Robertson, trying to move to 5th. To go. The battle continues for 5th. Bill Robertson, Tim Fulmer. Fulmer nosing ahead down the backstretch. Patchen keeping everybody slowed down in the middle of the turn. Less than 2 to go. Still Patchen. Kamaker dives to the inside, but he can't make it stick in 4. 1 more lap to go. Daryl Robinson slides high, and he goes backwards. Kamaker's going for it on the outside. It's still Patchen in front. Robinson back to 5th. Here they come to the checkered. Craig Kamaker trying to follow Ronald Patchen off of 4 and dive to the inside. The drag race is on. It's going to be Patchen, Kamaker, Kachuba, Fulmer, and Robinson. All right, he's out of the car. How about a nice hand for Ronald Patchen? He wins the Eismiger's Penzo Pure Stock Invitational. Were you worried about your fuel at all?
No, I filled it up.
Good thing you did, huh? You could have taken a nap out there a couple of times.
Yeah, but I was just hoping that stuff that was put down on the track wouldn't mess up my groove, kind of. But we were fast. We worked on this thing all night. We had a problem last night with the motor, and it paid off.
Big problem?
I won't say.
Okay. but enough to keep you busy. Now, the car didn't look like you were the fastest, but you held that line. You know, you really almost, they were brake checking to slow you down, or you were slowing them down pretty good in the turn.
Well, they say y'all drive clean, and of course I'm getting older, I ain't getting younger.
No, I don't mean you're not, but I mean, you know the groove and you know where it's hard to pack.
Yeah, after 20 years, I guess you learn something here.
Just one of your biggest wins?
Yes, the biggest.
The biggest win.
Yeah.
Going to come back for more next year?
I'm sure gonna try.
All right, how about a nice hand, folks, for Ron Patchen, winning the Pure Stock Invitational. Green is waving, and let's go racing. Todd Evans and Wesley Wheeler bring the field to the green. Wheeler in front. Butch Lewandowski motors to second in the 58. Adam Scheidel in the 125 is third. We think that might be Gary Catellis in the 58. He's your new leader. Adam Scheidel in the 125 is second. Wes Wheeler in the 02 is third. Then the 714, we got a spin. The 75 of Richie Cooper. Or no, that's 44 Rob Walters over in turn 2. He'll turn it back around. The green stays out. Catellis your leader. Scheidel second. Wheeler third. The battle is for fifth. Todd Evans in the 5-star, 96 Davey Lee, the 1 of Craig Catellis, and the 21 of Rich Gorsuch. Scheidel says hello to Catellis in turn 3. Scheidel looks to the outside. Adam Scheidel taking a look-see to the inside, but it's still Catellis in front. Past the halfway mark. 5 laps to go. Adam Scheidel continues to hound Gary Katselis, at times helping him around the speedway. Wes Wheeler in the 02 is third. Eric Goldberg in the 714 fourth. Three wide here for fifth. In traffic here, the closing laps, Gary Katselis, Adam Scheidel. Katselis trying to split a couple of cars coming off of 4. Here comes Scheidel to the outside. It's showtime into turn 1. Nebraska just blocked Pitt's last-second field goal try to win it 7-6. 1 lap to go. Gary Katselis and Adam Scheidel. 44 of Rob Walters in the wrong place at the wrong time, but he's on the gas pedal, that's for sure. Coming to the checkered flag. Off of 4, Gary Katselis in the Lewandowski 58 will pick up the win. Adam Scheidel second, Wesley Wheeler third, Eric Goldberg fourth. And Craig Katselis one, I believe, is fifth. Stock purse for this invite. How about a nice hand for your winner? Gary Katselis gets the big trophy. Good battle. Boy, I tell you, you and Adam are, nose to tail pretty much the whole way around.
Well, I'm glad we don't have rear mirrors because I didn't know he was there. I found him a couple times, but I knew one slip, he was there.
Interesting at the end, some traffic.
I always wondered in the stands, what do you do in loud traffic? And you never know. You just got to go where their hole is.
Well, you made a nice move coming off of 4. You sort of split the cars, and that got you a little bit of breathing room, but a good way to finish the year.
Hey, thank you very much. I'd like to thank Butch. He let me run the car. I wish he was here tonight, and it's a great season. I'm going to move up next year and hopefully run with the other boys. So,
I'll bring a nice hand, folks, for Gary Katselis, your winner in the Amateur Stock Invite. From Greensburg in the 5, Drystad from West Mifflin in the 18, Johns from Pittsburgh in the Mach 5, McKinney from Cranberry Township in the 17, and Briggs from West Alexander in the V8. It is Vinny LeBoon on the outside with the lead. Bill Westlake in the 51 second, J.E. Stalter in the yellow 17 third. Leighton Kennedy and Rick Megley are next. laps down, less than 5 to go. The battle for fourth tightening up off of turn 2. Joel Johns in the Mach 5 on the outside of Rick Megley, nosing into 5th. Megley trying to get back under him in 4, but can't make it stick. Joel Johns now trying to duck underneath the 9 of Clayton Kennedy for 4th. Past halfway, 3 laps to go. Vince LeBoom. The True Value Bethel Park Almanac Duffy's Panther Chassis is your leader. John Harvey in the 79 into the pits on the backstretch. One lap to go. Rick Megley to the inside of Clayton Kennedy, moving to 5th. Off of 4 they come. Checkered flag is waving for Vince LeBoom. Bill Westlake 2nd. J.E. Staller 3rd. Joel Johns 4th. Rick Megley 5th. Clayton Kennedy, Carl McKinney, Bruce Drystad, and Willie Briggs complete the field of finishers. 2 more heat races, excuse me, for the E-Mods. A lot of experience on that front row with Wayne Tessine outside and the young charger Daryl Charlier to the inside. Charlier quick on the draw. The green is out. Problem with the 11 of Dale Charlier. Not hitting on all 8 cylinders. But his son Darrell is your leader. Wayne Tessine hitting the wall in the 10 car. Your second place car flat in the right front and then hits the wall again in turn 1. Tessine got a little high and just caught the wall between turn 4 and the flag stand. That flattened the right front and it wouldn't turn going into 1. He towed more than likely into the pit area. 7 to go. Point standings, he was 3rd. Green is out. Daryl Charlier takes off again. Battle for second, 33 Mike McKee and Russ Dempsey in the D1. Chris Bassich in the 71C, Mitch Bassich in the B55. 16, Justin Carlson. Mitch Bassich passing his nephew Chris for 4th. Justin Carlson also getting by Chris Bassich. Russ Dempsey now trying to take 2nd away from Mike McKee. Halfway this time, 4 more laps to go. Mitch Bassage to third, Carlson to fourth, Dempsey's backpedal to fifth. Carlson now challenging Bassage for third. Your second place car way high, Mike McKee. Mitch Bassage moves to second, the Shadyside Pharmacy B55. Meantime, Daryl Charlier is gone. Tri-State Motorsports, Bros and Communications Totally Tropical Tanning 12 has a lap to go. Chris Bassage, the last place car, spins. Checkered flag is waving for Daryl Charlier. Mitch Bassage second. Who's going to be third? It's going to be Russ Dempsey in the D1. Mike McKee in the 33 ends up fourth, and Justin Carlson 16 is fifth. Said he's only 21 years of age. He got over 100 career wins between late models and E-mods. He starts on the pole this third heat race. Bobby Watt, the Latrobe Wildcat, alongside in the 82. Has hard onto the inside in turn one. He's got the lead. Bobby Watt right behind him as they race off at two. Niederreiter, the 68 car, third. That's Randy McElhaney, the 66, fourth. Has a little high into four. He's got the lead coming off. Randy McElhaney still fourth. Carrie Gasser, our only female competitor in competition today, running fifth in the 0. Niederreiter in the 68 challenging Watt for second. Dave Hess Jr. driving off. Bobby Watt having one of his better Pittsburgh runs. The 82 car still second. Niederreiter third. McElhaney fourth. Gasser fifth. Mike Bassage putting the heat on there in the 71. Kurt Habadell the 75. Tom Martinek in the 65. And the 4M of Kevin Miller. Halfway. Coming around for the white flag this time. Just over a lap to go. Dave Hess has the race by himself. Good battle behind him. Hess has won here before in the E-mods. Doesn't come to town quite often, but when he does, he's usually among the contenders. Checkered flag waving out of Waterford up in the northwestern part of the state. Dave Hess Jr. triumphant in heat race number 3. Bobby Watt brings the 82 home second. Niederreiter third. McElhaney fourth. Gasser fifth. Mike Bassage, Kurt Habadell, Tom Martinek, and Kevin Miller round out the field of finishers. When you're stretching those legs, don't forget the Keith Barber t-shirts are on sale at Mary's Racing Collectibles.
Alongside the A1 Auto Salvage Masters-built Monte Carlo. Then row 3, a pair of Millersburg, Ohio veterans, Keith Berner in car 18 and Racing John Mason in 72. Then you have the 2005 track champion at Ronnie Moran's Muskingum County Speedway, Larry Moran in 97, and Keith Rodriguez in 29, and John Hodgkiss alongside in 69 on the back. And he tonight set third quick time overall. He'll be in heat race number 3. Lynn Geisler, 6-time and all-time feature winner here. Member of the National Dirt Late Hall of Fame. He's in the number 1 car. Ben Miley, 5-time track champion with us as well. At Tri-City Speedway in Pontoon Beach, Illinois, back at the end of July. And that is the same month he made the switch from a rocket chassis to a Masters build. And last year's RPM Racing News Driver of the Year, Earl Pearson Jr. But right now it's Cunningham, Faree, Pearson, O'Neill, then Berner and Mason, Moran, Rodriguez, and Hodgkiss. He raced number 1 as Heat 2 will wait patiently. VP Fuels making power Heat 1. Our chief starter, Noel Hargis, with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. 10 laps, who's it going to be? Bill Cunningham, Alex Faree. Ohio and Pennsylvania make up the front row. At the cone, we're racing. Here we go. The youngster Alex Faree in that Franklin Racing Supply number 4 takes the lead. O'Neill goes to the outside. O'Neill go to second immediately. Down the back straightaway. Pearson on the gas right behind Cunningham. They'll dive at a 3. Up front, it is Alex Faree in that rocket chassis showing the way. Pearson will go to the inside, and he'll fall in behind Cunningham. 5th is Mason. 6th runs Keith Berner. In the top 3 make the Pittsburgher 100 tomorrow. The top 2 in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points in this race. Pearson right now trying to track down Cunningham. O'Neill trying to do the same. Alex Faree showing the way in car number 4. Pearson right behind him, 3 down. You see the scoreboard in the infield, 3 down, 7 to go. Alex Faree showing the way. Some of the best dirt late model drivers of the nation here tonight at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. 54 entrants on hand, and right now the young man Alex Faree showing the way in car number 4. He's 25 years old over the veteran Don O'Neill. Pearson trying to get him a show. Pearson charges to the inside, trying to get around Cunningham now. Right now it's about a 6-car length advantage for Faree at the halfway mark. Cross flags, 5 down and 5 to go. As they're diving into turn 1, Pearson on the inside, trying to get a run on Cunningham. They'll dive into 1, trying to get into the Pittsburgher. Cunningham, Pearson all over him. Mason and Berner trying to catch him down the back straightaway. The first 2 have pulled away from the rest of the field. Now Pearson to go to the outside. Will he make it stick? Pearson has it on the outside. He does. Good move. Pearson will go to 3rd. Nice move, Earl Pearson Jr. But he's way behind Alex Faree and Don O'Neill. And now Mason all over Cunningham. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Racing John Mason. 3 to go. That's for a high starting spot in one of the B mains, and Mason all over Cunningham. Pearson now pulls away from this group here as the laps wind down. O'Neill has cut it to 4 car lengths, trying to make a last lap, a few laps ditch effort here as they dive into 1, 2 to go. So Alex Faree, his first time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, looks good right now. The 6 heat winners will redraw after the heats tonight. And right now, John Mason is going to 4th up front. It'll be the white flag. Going to go to the youngster Alex Faree. 1 to go. O'Neill, last chance into 1. He's got that J. Dickens powered Masters built out of 2, but Alex Faree doing a good job in that rocket chassis Monte Carlo. Drain engine under the hood on a turn 4. Checkered flag is up, and the youngster Alex Faree's going to lead it all the way for a win. O'Neill will take 2nd. Here comes Pearson. Earl Pearson will be in the Pittsburgher 100. He'll take 3rd, and John Mason will run in 4th. The top He'll cross the scales to make it official. Right now, taking the third spot in the number 1 car out of Jacksonville, Florida. How about a bit of round of applause for Earl Pearson Jr. Finishing in second in car 71 out of Martinsville, Indiana, it is Dawn O'Neill. And your winner at Franklin Racing Supply, AmericanDiecast.com, Butler Pre-Owned Cars and Credit, Moody Sales and Service. And out of Saxonburg, Pennsylvania, how about a big round of applause for Alex Faree. VP Fuels making power, heat number 2, starting at the pole in Connor Bernani. This year he became the all-time winningest late model driver in the history of Hagerstown Speedway. Over in Hagerstown, Maryland, it'll be Gary Stuhler out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Alongside, he won the $100,000 Dream at Eldora Speedway in June. The 7 out of Waterville, Ohio, the Buckeye Bandit, it is Matt Miller. Row number 2 on the inside, 6-time Pennsylvania Motor Speedway track champion, the all-time winningest late model driver here in the number 1C out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. It'll be Lynn Geisler. Alongside tonight's second quick qualifier in the C9 out of Richmond, Indiana, it'll be Steve Casebolt Jr. Row number 3 on the inside of the 2J out of Imperial, Pennsylvania, it'll be Mike Johnson. Alongside in the 04C out of Eldred, Pennsylvania, it's Bob Close. Row 4 will be the Southern Gentleman, Freddie Smith out of Seymour, Tennessee, and the Hidden Logan 68, Rick Auckland out of Zanesville, Ohio, and Scott Gunn out of West Midland. Here we go. VP Fuels making power heat. Number 2 underway. They try to go 3 wide. Geisler sticks his nose in there, down the back straightaway, and they're side by side, second spot. Stuhler and Casebolt up front. It's the Buckeye Bandit, Matt Miller. That Dirt Shop Incorporated rocket, side by side, good race, second spot. Here they are, Stuhler and Casebolt. They rub a little bit. And Casebolt takes that Soyber Francis rocket to the outside. And Casebolt will clear Stuhler down the back straightaway. And meanwhile, a battle there. You see Lynn Geisler in the 1 car. He's going side by side with the 04 Bob Close, and Geisler will slide it in the 4th in the Cochran number 1. Auckland on the move now in the 12 car. Rick Auckland's picked it up, the Hall of Famer, and that Masters built number 12 at a not so good qualifying time now. He's trying to move up in this race. He's already passed a couple of cars. Here we go, lap 4. It's all Matt Miller in control. Casebolt second, Stuhler third, Geisler 4th. 5th is Close, 6th is Auckland. Now the turn 2 down the back straightaway. Geisler and Stuhler now. The 2 Keystone State veterans as they dive into turn 3. It's Hoosier State driver Steve Casebolt. Geisler will pick to the outside as they come out of 4. They dive into 1. It's Geisler all over Stuhler out at turn 2 as Casebolt is 4 car lengths in front of him. And way out in front is Matt Miller. In the number 7, the Dirt Shop Incorporated rocket with 5 down and 5 to go. VP Fuels making power heat number 2. Geisler into the back of Stuhler now. In the 1, how about that? The all-time winningest driver at Hagerstown Speedway, Gary Stuhler, the all-time winningest driver here, and it's Lynn Geisler to the outside. He'll go to 3rd. Lynn Geisler, nice move. So, count up the number of feature wins those 2 gentlemen have. And Geisler now on the move as he's pulled away from Stuhler, and he'll try to close on the Casebolt now with 4 to go. Auckland now, meanwhile, behind Close. Down the back straightaway. In the top 3, advance to the Pittsburgher 100. Right now, it is all Matt Miller. Matt Miller making the World 100 last week on a final last lap effort in one of the B mains. The $100,000 Dream winner is a former Eldora track champion. He's 4th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points, and Geisler now has tracked down Casebolt. 2nd place in doubt, 3 to go, make it 2 to go. Here comes Lynn Geisler, he's closed on Casebolt. Down the main straightaway. Steve Casebolt Jr., tonight's second quick qualifier, hanging on. Geisler takes a peek on the inside. Down the back straightaway here on the big half-mile oval. Geisler all over Casebolt. That's for a higher starting spot in the Pittsburgher 100 tomorrow. Here comes Geisler on the inside, the 6-time track champion, wheel to wheel with Casebolt. White flag, final lap. Casebolt checks to go into 1. The final lap. Casebolt, Geisler down the back straightaway. And they're not done yet. Final lap, 2 turns to go right now. Matt Miller all by himself will take the win. Here comes Case Bolden Geisler, and second will go to Case Bolden. Third is Geisler, and fourth is Gary Stuhler. Here comes fifth at the line. It'll be Bob Close. So a good race there for second spot, finishing in the third spot in the number 1, 6-time Pennsylvania Motor Speedway track champion out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Put your hands together for Len Geisler. Finishing in second tonight, second quick qualifier, the C9 Lucas Oil Label 100 Series regular out of Richmond, Indiana, Steve Casebolt Jr. And your winner in that Dirt Shop Incorporated, McCall Industries, Russell Baker Racing Engines Rocket out of Waterville, Ohio. How about a big round of applause for Matt Miller? VP Fuels making power, heat number 3. On the pole, he's a member of the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame, the 79 out of Strasburg, Ohio. It'll be Brad Malkett, alongside the T8 former track champion here, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway out of St. Clairsville, Ohio. It is Mark Banal, row number 2 out of Fairmont, West Virginia. In the 0 car, it'll be Steve Baker, alongside tonight's third quick qualifier, the 2005 Pennsylvania Motor Speedway late model track champion. It'll be John Flinner in 48. Row 3 in car 17, another former track champion here at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. It'll be Keith Barbara. He's out of South Park, Pennsylvania. Alongside row 3 in car 49 is the 2005 Snowco American Late Model Series point champion, current points leader at Eldora Speedway. The 49 now hailing out of Clark Lake, Michigan. It'll be Brian Earlman. Row 4 will be a former Pittsburgher 100 champion, the 42 of Todd Andrews out of Eldred, Pennsylvania. Then it's Rich Appoletto in car 77 out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And then it's Jim Lepro in car number 6 out of Midway, Pennsylvania. Rich Appolito in that 77 car. They bring it out of turn 4 down the main straightaway. VP Fuels making power, E3 well underway. And the T8 Mark Banal out in front. The St. Clairsville, Ohio veteran down the back straightaway is 26th year of dirt late model racing. Brad Malkett runs in second. In the number 79 Rayburn out of turn 4. Flinner is third in 48 and fourth. Is Ruhlman. It was Ruhlman, my bad. Steve Baker sitting in the 4th spot right now. Flinner now closes on Malkett down the back straightaway. 3 down, 7 to go. VP Fuels making power heat. Number 3 right now, Mark Banal. That is a Rayburn chassis. Looks good right now, out in front. Another Rayburn runs in second. Coming up on the halfway mark, John Flinner trying to track down Malkett. Brad Malkett looking good right now in the 79. Flinner will close on him now. 5 down, 5 to go. 4th is Baker. 5th is Brian Ruhlman, a battle for 6th between Barbara in the 17 car. Mark Banal out of turn 4, showing away. Right now, 2nd spot, in doubt, Malkett and Flinner into turn number 1, 4 to go. Steve Baker in that rocket chassis, number 0, holding on for 4th down the back straightaway. Flinner on the move. 2005 Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway track champion Flinner all over Malkett down the main straightaway. Got the lead stretched out now as they head into turn 3. Again, the 6-heat race winners a redraw. Mark Banal showing the way. Out of turn 4. Down the main straightaway, the track champion here. in 1998. Brad Malkin, he's a former track champion here back in 97. Solid second with 2 to go, white flag. Mark Banal out of turn 4. It'll be the white flag, 1 to go. Malkin second. Flinner runs in third. Baker is fourth. They've been that way almost the entire race. Down the back straightaway. Final lap. They bring it out of turn number 4. Down the main straightaway, the checkered flag. It'll go to Mark Banal, your winner. Second spot will be Brad Malkin. Third is John Flinner. And fourth will be Steve Baker. Driver John Flinner takes third in car 48. And he'll be in the Pittsburgher 100, finishing in second in car 70 out of the Strasburg, Ohio. How about a big round of applause for the Hall of Famer, Brad Malkin. He crosses the scales. He'll be in the show. And your winner, he's a former track champion here at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway back in 1998. In that T8, it is 26th year of dirt late model racing out of St. Clairsville, Ohio. It is Mark Banal. 18 laps of the World 100 last week till fuel pump went out of the car. The 4B out of Grayson, Kentucky. It'll be Jackie Boggs alongside Spider-Man in car 55 out of Pinconning, Michigan. It'll be Jeep Van Wormer. Row number 2 on the inside, the showstopper in the 6T car. Out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia, it'll be Tim Dome. Alongside row 2, he is the defending Pittsburgher 100 champion in the 75, the Bartman out of Zanesville, Ohio. It'll be Bart Hartman. Row 3 on the inside, out of Stoystown, Pennsylvania, car 84. It'll be Rodney Schweitzer alongside in the number 21. This ought to be a dandy in the 1, and Van Wormer, Hartman to the outside, Boggs slips back to third. Down the back straightaway, Jeep Van Wormer in a Masters-built chassis, Hartman in a rocket, Boggs at a Schwartz. The first 3 spots, Bartman out of the groove, hang on, Jackie Boggs. He slides in there to third. Here comes the 21 car. Mussolino on the inside, running in 4th. Down the back straightaway, he's going to spin, look out. And nowhere to go. And the caution is out. Mark Motes involved in the 23 car had nowhere to go. Caution is out. Vehicle, you need to move it immediately. Hartman all over Van Wormer in the 1. Hartman will try the outside. Looks good. He takes the lead. What a move. Bart Hartman takes the lead. Second spot, Van Wormer out of the groove. Here comes Boggs. And Tim Dome sets in 4th, and that Dome cycle sells rocket into 1. Tim Dome second in the Rookie of the Year standings. Trying to get into the Pittsburgher 100 all over. Jackie Boggs down the back straightaway. They dive into 3 right now. Bart Hartman looks good. That Urgent Cash rocket Cornet power under the hood. Flicks off another lap, 3 in the books. Van Wormer second. Boggs third, 4th runs Dome in the 6T car. So we have a rocket, a Masters built, a Schwartz, and a rocket at the top 4. Right now, Bart Hartman, the defending Pittsburgher 100 champion, on a roll in August, winning the North-South 100 at Florence Speedway, second in the Jackson 100 at Brownstown, Indiana. Right now, showing the way, looking good. Out of 2 down the back straightaway. Showing that he will be a threat to make it back-to-back Pittsburgher 100s here tomorrow. $22,000 to win up for grabs. Jeep Van Wormer doing a good job, a solid second at 55. Five down, 5 to go. VP Fuels making power heat number 4. 5 and 6 ready to go. Bart Hartman shows the way. Almost a straightaway lead now for Van Wormer, Boggs, and Dome. Big lead. Down the back straightaway. Bart Hartman brings that rock to the line, clicks off under lap, 3 to go. Van Wormer solidly second. Boggs third. Dome fourth. Fifth is Rebergen. Sixth runs Schweitzer in the 84 car. And Hartman right now looks like he's going to join the other heat race winners in the draw, as that was Alex Faree, Matt Miller, and Mark Banal. Down the back straightaway, 2 to go. Bart Hartman brings the line, white flag, 1 to go. Jeep Van Wormer, solidly second spot, third Boggs, fourth Dome. Looks like they may stay that way on the final lap, down the back straightaway. Out of turn 4, the checkered flag. It'll go to Bart Hartman, your winner in 75. Jeep Van Wormer will run second in 55. Third is Jackie Boggs. Fourth is Tim Dome. Taking the third spot in the 4B, the Miller Brothers Cole Schwartz chassis. Out of Grayson, Kentucky, it'll be Jackie Boggs. Finishing in second in the Iron Motorsports Masters Built Car 55 out of Pinconning, Michigan, it'll be Jeep Van Wormer. And your winner in that Urgent Cash Gress Oil, number 75 Rocket Chassis, the defending Pittsburgher 100 champion in the 75 car out of Zanesville, Ohio. VP Fuels making power heat number 5. On the pole will be the 4 of Ed Faree out of Saxonburg, Pennsylvania. Outside two-time Pittsburgher 100 winner, it'll be the Hitman, Tim Hidden, car 68 out of Weston, West Virginia. Row 2 on the inside, it'll be the $1 Million Man, 4-time World 100 winner. Out of Dresden, Ohio, it'll be Donnie Moran. Alongside tonight's 5th quick qualifier, the 17E out of Wellsburg, West Virginia, Lance Elson. Row number 3 will be the 44 out of Waterford, Ohio. It'll be Dave Waterford, Pennsylvania. It'll be Dave Hess Jr. Outside the 67X is Danny Rich. He's out of Imperial, Pennsylvania. Row 4, former track champion here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway last year. It'll be Dave Wade in car 76. He's out of Clinton, Pennsylvania. The 87 that is Chad Ruhlman. He's out of Bemis Point, New York. And the 99M, it is Ben Miley. 10 laps, VP Fuel making power. Heat number 5, top 3 to the Pittsburgher tomorrow afternoon. Here we go, we're racing. In the 1, hang on Ed Faree, a slide up the racetrack down the back straightaway. Faree falls to second, Moran runs in third. In the 99 car, out of turn 4, here comes Tim Hidden, the Tim Logan Racing 68 out in front. Ed Faree second, Moran third, 4th runs Elson, 5th is Dave Hess Jr. into turn number 1. Now Faree slides up the track, Moran all over him down the back straightaway. The top 3 to the Pittsburgher 100 tomorrow afternoon. The rest will have to come out of one of the 2B mains. Moran tries a run on Faree now with 2 laps in the books. 100 champion down the back straightaway. Did that back in 1996 and then in 98. Moran trying to track down Ed Faree now, second spot. Lance Elson, tonight's 5th quick qualifier, sitting in 4th. 5th is Hess. 6th is Danny Rich. VP Fuels making power heat number 6, the final late model heat of the night coming up next. They await in the line and shoot. 1 shy of halfway. Moran trying to find a groove. Faree in a rocket. Moran in a Masters built down the back straightaway. Moran will close again. 1.5 car lengths. Moran all over Faree. Faree slips up just a little bit. The $1 Million Man will be around him. Down the back straightaway, 5 down, 5 to go. Moran all over Faree as they dive at a 3. Moran has a run on the inside. Ed Faree hangs on. Tim Hitt builds that lead into 1. Moorhead Truck and Trailer Repair 68. Moran takes a peek on the inside. Faree shuts the door down the back straightaway. Lance Ellison right now running a strong 4th. He's trying to catch 2nd and 3rd, trying to get into the Pittsburgher 100. Lance Ellison, keep an eye on that 17 car. 3 to go. Lance Ellison has picked it up now. He is closed on Moran into 1 now. Down the back straightaway, the veteran Ed Faree still showing that 2nd spot in front of Moran. Tim Hitt has led it all the way. Here they come out of turn 4, 2 to go. And Faree slides up. He's got to watch out. Moran right on him. It'll be the white flag coming out this time around. Lance Ellison has closed it down now in that 4th spot in that 17 car. Moran will try to dive on the inside. Lap number 9, white flag, 1 to go. It's been all the Hitman down the back straightaway. Final lap. Ed Faree right now, about 2 car lengths. The lead is for 2nd spot over Moran. Last chance Moran out of turn 4 down the main straightaway. It's going to be Tim Hitt, your winner. Faree is 2nd, Moran is 3rd, 4th is Lance Ellison. So grabbing that 3rd and final transfer spot out of this heat race in the number 99 PBM Performance Products entry out of Dresden, Ohio, it is Donnie Moran. Finishing in 2nd in the Franklin Racing Supply number 4 out of Saxonburg, Pennsylvania, it'll be Ed Faree. And your winner, 2-time Pittsburgher 100 champion in car 68, the Hitman out of Weston, West Virginia. How about a big round of applause for Tim Hitt? Next, here's your lineup on the pole, the H1 out of South Park, Pennsylvania. It'll be Jared Miley. Alongside of the 09, he's out of Chester, West Virginia. It's Lou Bradich. Row number 2 on the inside in car 83, the Silver Shark out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. It'll be Scott James. Alongside 3-time Pittsburgher 100 winner in the 19 Juice out of Greensburg, Pennsylvania, Davey Johnson. Row 3 in the 02 car, former 2-time track champion here at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway out of Bridgeville, Pennsylvania, Al Atala. Outside the number 5, he's out of Moon Township, Pennsylvania, George Kowatic, and then it's I'm doing fine. Not really. It's George Kowatic. Squatic. I'll be all right. And I can't even get through the rest of the line. Here we down the back straightaway. VP Fuels making power heat number 6, and we're going to redo that. George Kowatic. I'll be all right. My apologies, George. Final late model heat of the night. The 6 heat race winners will redraw for the first 3 rows in the feature tomorrow after this is over. Here we go. Good start this time. We're racing. Rowdy on the outside. He'll take that 09 in front. Takes the lead into 1. And Miley will drift up the track. And here comes DJ on the inside. Davey Johnson battling for 2nd. In that Dale Beitler Racing rocket chassis, wheel to wheel 2nd spot. And Miley back out into that spot. We got a spin in turn number 4. And that will bring out the caution. George Kowatic brings out the caution. The Moon Township, Pennsylvania driver. One down in the VP Fuels Making Power heat number 6, the final heat of the night for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. 3 of these drivers will go to the Pittsburgher 100 tomorrow afternoon. Here we go. Lou Braddock in the one with the lead. Miley running in second, then Johnson and James. A pair of rocket chassis drivers, third and fourth down the back straightaway. They dive into turn number 3. And report from the track, we have debris on the racetrack. Caution will come back out. Time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The veteran out of Chester, West Virginia, showing the way right now with 1 lap in the books. The youngster Jared Miley sitting in second. Here we go. Davey Johnson third, Scott James in fourth. They dive into 1. James takes a peek on Johnson out of 2 now. Miley, can he stay with Braddock down the back straightaway? And Johnson has a run on Miley into 3. Davey Johnson will try the inside. 3-time Pittsburgher 100 champion. Trying to get yet into another Pittsburgher 100 tomorrow, trying to become the first 4-time winner of this race. And Scott James now closest on the inside. Down the back straightaway. He's running in fourth in 83. Working lap 3. Lou Braddock's looking good right now in that 09 car, showing the way. He's got a good lead right now over Miley. Bill Kell Racing Engines, H&F Trucking, WL Davison Auto and Truck Repair sponsored Rocket Grand Prix showing the way. Jared Miley, his first attempt at making a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race. Davey Johnson nearly won one down at Virginia Motor Speedway back in July. Rick Eckert passed him with 3 to go to win that one. And right now, Juice is hanging on for third. Scott James runs in fourth. The cross flags coming up, 5 down, 5 to go halfway through the final late model heat of the night for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. South Park, Pennsylvania driver Jared Miley looking good in that H1, a solid second down the back straightaway. And Johnson and James running third and fourth. 4 laps to go. James all over Johnson into 2. That's the final transfer spot out of this race. The final transfer spot of the night. Out of turn number 4. Braddock still showing the way. 1999 Pennsylvania Motor Speedway late model track champion. Looks good right now to make it into a Pittsburgher 100 tomorrow afternoon. 22,000 to win on the line. Here we come out of turn number 4. 2 to go to decide it. James still all over Johnson now. Miley is a solid second. The white flag will come out next time around. James making life tough for Juice down the back straightaway now. Here they come out of turn 4. Lou Braddock, 1 to go to decide it. Like he is going to lead it all the way. Miley second, Johnson third, James fourth. Atala runs in fifth, final lap. 1 to go. Lou Braddock will bring that Rocket Pontiac Grand Prix out of turn 4 here at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. And he'll take VP Fuels Making Power heat number 6. Jared Miley will be second. Davey Johnson is third. And Scott James runs in fourth. The 6 heat winners will now redraw for the first 3 rows of tomorrow's Pittsburgher 100 main event. And taking that third spot in the number 19 J's, a 3-time Pittsburgher 100 champion in the number 19 car out of Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Let's hear it for Davey Johnson. Finishing in second, doing a good job in that H1, making his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series start out of South Park, Pennsylvania. The youngster Jared Miley. And your winner in a Rocket Pontiac Grand Prix, the H&F Trucking entry, the 1999 Pennsylvania Motor Speedway Late Model Track Champion out of Chester, West Virginia. How about a big round of applause for Lou Braddock?
Fortunately passed away. So tonight we're going to have a moment of silence for Ron Digenkolb, and Kurt's going to carry the checkered flag around the speedway while we're pleased standing right now, if you could, for a moment of silence for in the memory of Ron Digenkolb, his final lap. We thank you. Ron Digenkolb, and then we'll double them up and go around one more time before we turn loose the E-Mods for 25 laps tonight. .25 laps for the E-Mods, their final race of 2005 here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway with a full moon in the sky off the fourth turn. The green is out. And we got ourselves a dandy of a wreck. It's still happening. We got the 11 of Dale Charlier, 66 Randy McElhaney, 9 Clayton Kennedy, 18 Bruce Drystad, 0 Kerry Gasser, Mach 5 Joel Johns, V8 Willie Briggs, and the 75 of Kurt Habadell. Daryl Charlier pacing the field. Restarts number 1. Green is out. Charlier grabs the lead. Hess moving to second. Vince LeBoon third. Mitch Bassich is fourth. And Bill Westlake, Bobby Watt, Dennis Niederreiter, J.E. Stalter, and Russ Dempsey. Charlier continues to show the way. Dave Hess Jr. in his shadows down the back straightaway. LeBoon third, Bassich fourth, Westlake fifth. Niederreiter has taken over sixth. Bobby Watt is seventh. J.E. Stalter eighth. Rick Makeley running ninth. And Russ Dempsey is 10th. Dale Charlier to the pits in car number 11. Dale Charlier to the, oh, look out on the front straightaway. Justin Carlson in the 16. gets underneath the D1 of Russ Dempsey and goes for a spin. Caution is out. Justin Carlson out of Panama, New York. Daryl Charlier has elected to go outside. Meantime, Tom Martinek in the 65 car to the pits. Green is waving another time. It's Charlier firing first. He's your leader. Mitch Bassage moves to third in the B55. Uncle Mitch running strong tonight. Charlier, Hess, and Mitch Bassage, 1, 2, and 3. LeBoon is back to fourth now. Niederreiter fifth. Stalder is sixth. Meglay's up to seventh. Westlake has dropped to eighth. Mike Bassage is ninth, and Bobby Watt runs 10th in the 82. Kurt Habenel bouncing off the wall in the 75 car. Still in the gas. Stalder in the 17, challenging Dennis Niederreiter for fifth. Spin in turn two, the 66 of Randy McElhaney. Caution for the 66 of Randy McElhaney, who gets turned around. Green waving another time, 18 laps to go. Dave Hess trying to put the pressure to Charlier on the inside, but it's Charlier still your leader. Vince LeBoon all the way back to third in the 17L. J.E. Stalder in the 17E to fourth. Dennis Niederreiter to fifth. Mitch Bassage drops to sixth. Well, Mitch was up there rocking and rolling earlier in third. Mike Bassage moves up a spot in the 71M. He's come a long way. He started way in the back. Down. 15 to go. Up high is the 71M of Mike Bassage. He just passed a bunch of cars, and he's going to have to do it again. Carl McKinney pitting in the 17C. Daryl Charlier looking to snare the biggest win of his young career. Picked up 2 wins here this season. Has won 3 times here in his career. Past halfway. 10 laps to go. Dennis Niederreiter trying the outside around J.E. Stalder, but it's still Stalder fourth and Niederreiter fifth. Charlier and Hess have left the others behind. We've got 7 laps to go. Darrell won on the Guerin Memorial Night in August. Dave Hess Jr. trying to cut into that advantage. Traffic could play a role here in the closing laps. Off the pace, J.E. Stalder, the runner who was running fourth. Vince LeBoon third, Dennis Niederreiter now fourth, Mitch Bassage fifth, Rick Megley sixth, Bill Westlake seventh, Bobby Watt eighth, Mike Bassage ninth, and Justin Carlson is 10th. Traffic in front of your leaders, Clayton Kennedy out of shape. Charlier gets on the binders, now trying to pass Kennedy. Here comes Hess to the inside. They are wheel to wheel for the lead. Off of 4, Charlier trying to squeeze under Clayton Kennedy and protect his lead at the same time. Hess goes to the outside. And he's got the lead. Sometimes you'd rather be second than first when you get into traffic. Caution is out for the 5 of Rick Megley, who was running about 6th. But when they came down the front straightaway, Charlier was leading. He'll have the lead back with 4 laps to go. Being held because he is a lap car. All lap cars go to the back once we go single file. Darrell Charlier's got the lead back. Lady Luck was smiling on him. Can he hold it? Dave Hess Jr. trying to turn up the wick. And we've got a caution. I believe that would be yellow 75 of Kurt Habadell. Off we go. Hess gives it a run into turn 1. It's still Charlier, but boy, Dave has really turned up the pressure this time. He's a little better getting into the turn, and there he goes, slides up, contact, and he's got the lead. Ben LeBoon now trying to get by Charlier for second. Mitch Bassage to the outside of Dennis Niederreiter, moving up to 4th. Two laps to go. Not over yet. Caution out. We got a car against the guardrail in turn 2. It is Two-lap shootout. White flag for Dave Hess Jr. Probably the master of the E-mods here in Western Pennsylvania. He's won a lot of big shows. He's got one here at Pittsburgh as well. Dave Hess Jr. takes the E-mod special. Charlier second, Laboon third, Bassage fourth, Niederreiter fifth. His second career here at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. He's 21 years of age. We said more than 100 career wins between the late models and the E-mods. How about a nice hand for Dave Hess Jr. Come on over here, Dave. Congratulations. That was a tough one.
Oh yeah, I had a good car. Geez, I didn't really want that caution there. Lap cars, he got caught behind that lap car there, and I didn't know if we were going to have anything for him, but hell, it all come together at the end.
That was going to be my question. You obviously would rather, sometimes it's better to be second than first when you get a lap track. You made it work, then you lost the lead on because when the caution came out, and then you had to work like a dog to get it back.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be tough. Hell, it always seems to work that way, you know. Every time you get a break like that, the caution comes out or something goes wrong. I can't complain the way it went.
How many E-mod wins for you this year?
Oh, I'm not even sure. I think that's 15 or 16, somewhere in that area.
And how many have you won with the late model?
7.
7. So 20-some wins, not a bad year.
No, not too bad at all.
You going to get in the big one tomorrow?
I hope so.
How about a nice hand, folks? Dave Hess Jr., the winner of the E-mod Special. Over at the 10.
Squeeze in, guys. Everybody don't bite.
Freddie Smith. And do your headshots for the 02 Steve Baker, that 0 car, the Rocket chassis. Richard Construction, Bill Cunningham out of Northern Ohio, Jefferson, Ohio, outside in 59. Then Bob Close in the 04. Brian Ruhlman alongside in his own 49 car. And Keith Berner in 18. Rick Auckland in 12. We talked to Rick Auckland during the autograph session. Rick behind the 8-ball all weekend. Started in the 8th spot in one of his heats in the heat races last night. He's got a ways to go to get into this Pittsburgher 100, two-time winner of this event.
Urban and Hartman, new faces. Chubb won it in 2001 for his only win here. We're soon going to find out who's going to be the 3 cars to make it out of this Rebel Dyno Shocks B-Main number 1.
John Mason, Gary Stuhler, chief starter Noel Hargis at the cone. Here we go. Good start. And Cunningham will slide it to third. Baker slips up the track there. They go 3 wide into 1. Steve works outside Grove, and right now it's not working down the back straightaways. They close in on him. Baker has dropped back to 6th right now. And right now it is all Gary Stuhler at the line, lap 1.
Stuhler will lead it. Mason just ahead of Bill Cunningham and Brian Ruhlman for second. Ruhlman to the outside, and watch the West Virginia Rim Rider Baker. If he can get that top side dialed in, he can go.
Here comes the 2005 Snowco American Late Model Series champion. Baker now dives to the inside on Close. A little bit of contact there. Brian Ruhlman in the 49 car trying to get around Cunningham.
Close and Baker side by side behind them into turn number 1. Ruhlman with a slide job, and he can't make it stick. Mason pushes high off at 2. Cunningham trying to squeeze underneath him, and then it's Ruhlman, and here comes Baker.
Wheel-to-wheel racing in this Mason Racing Rebel Shock Dyno B main, and problems. Ruhlman up out of the groove. Mason second. Baker back in the third.
Farm Used Auto Parts, Richard Construction 0, the West Virginia Rim Rider. Up to third after he dropped all the way to 6th. Look at the lead that Gary Stuhler has.
That's a Masters-built Pontiac Grand Prix. Keith and Tater Masters out of Crothersville, Indiana, build those fine cars. Tater Masters in the house. And Freddie Smith, you see him taking a peek, trying to get to the front. You got to get in the top 3 now.
So is Rick Auckland making big-time progress in car number 12. He has joined that battle just behind the top 3. Mason still second. Baker applying the pressure as they enter turn 3. Stuhler completing lap number 5.
Straightaway lead for Gary Stuhler, the veteran out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Good race on back. Mason second. Baker tries that top groove. Baker sees an opening. Mason will drift up. And John Mason shuts the door. Cunningham still fourth. Now Baker will dive to the inside down. Side by side at a turn 3. And Baker makes the move. Nice.
I knew he wasn't going to back down once he got the preferred line going into turn number 3. The West Virginia Rim Rider now charging his way to second. Mason is on the bubble in third with Bill Cunningham not far behind in fourth.
6 down and 6 to go. A straightaway lead for Stuhler. Then it's Baker, Mason, Cunningham, Close, Ruhlman, Berner, Barbara, Auckland trying to gain ground, and those drivers better get going down because they've only got 5 laps to get to the top 3.
Yes, sir. Time is running out. Just 5 more laps to go. Steve Baker now has left behind racing John Mason and Bill Cunningham in that battle for the final transfer spot. Bob Close and Brian Ruhlman behind them. Then Berner, Barbara, Auckland, and Mike Johnson.
Right now, third spot heating up here. The 59 car, Bill Cunningham on the inside. The Jefferson, Ohio pilot into 1. He'll slide in on Mason. They go side by side, and Mason maintains the spot. 4 to go.
Gary Stuhler looking stout in this first B main, completing lap 9, 3 to go. Looking to transfer into the Pittsburgher again. He has not won the Pittsburgher, but he's been awfully close over the years.
No doubt right now, Steve Baker a solid second. Now Mason a little bit of distance between himself and Cunningham. As Close has gotten around Ruhlman, but they're running out of laps. 2 to go. The white flag will come out next time around. And right now, the top 3 down look pretty solid.
Yeah, racing John Mason has started to separate himself from the 59 of Bill Cunningham. Here comes Stuhler completing lap number 11. He is on a rail right in the middle of the racetrack with 1 to go.
Final lap, Gary Stuhler already into 1. Here's Steve Baker. Again, Baker started in the second row.
Third spot,
and dropped all the way to 6th, but nice recovery. He's going to make the race the way it looks right now. That's after they cross the scales, of course, to make it official. Out at turn 4 all the way. It's a solid run for Gary Stuhler taking the checkered flag.
A West Virginia rim rider, Steve Baker, will please the local fans with his charge to second, and Racing John Mason is third. Bill Cunningham, Bob Close, Brian Ruhlman, Keith Berner, Keith Barbara, Mike Johnson, Rick Auckland, and Freddie Smith follow them home. It will be his 14th start in the Pittsburgher 100. Gary Stuhler, your winner.
In that a 90er number 90 Masters built chassis, and maybe the happiest man in the house besides Steve Baker and John Mason, maybe Scott Gunn, because that puts him in the second provisional spot right now here at Pittsburgh, but he's going to be coming up shortly. PPM Racing Products second B main coming up next. Now we'll take the top 3.
On the pole will be Tim Dome in car number 60. Flanking him, the 17 of Lance Elson. Row 2 inside, the 83 of Scott, the Silver Shark James. Outside, the 07R of Brent Raybergen. Row 3, the 44 of Dave Hess Jr., the 02 of Al Atala. Next row, we'll find Rodney Schweitzer in car 84, the 67X of Danny Rich. Jim Kudus in the 1K, and then the 81 of DJ Miller, the 87 of Chad Ruhlman. George Kowatic in the 5, I believe, a scratch. 21, Tony Mussolino out of Scott Township. From Manisha to 99 of Ben Miley. Out of Bear Rock in the 99B, Rick Briggs. Mark Motes, a scratch in car 23. Also out there, the 76 from Clinton. Last year's track champion here, Dave Wade. And up into position as well, Tim Gold in the 2G.
The overall points, and he's looking to make it into the Pittsburgher. We're back on his home turf next week in West Virginia. Books already, 12 in this one. And mentioned we got to get to the top 3 to make the Pittsburgher 100. We'll have at least one more lap under flag, and then we'll let them go here. And 28 cars to start the Pittsburgher 100 this afternoon. Again, we'll have a fuel break at lap 50. They're in Charleston. He's an authorized dealer, and 18 years he's spent in motocross racing, the last 5 in dirt late model, and he's been with us on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series this year. Great family, and he and his sons have been out and about all across the country in 2005, Dow.
There seems to be a natural progression of motocross racers to dirt late models. Davey Johnson was a national motocross champion before he started. I think when those guys are young, that's one thing, but they start to feel those jumps and bumps and humps a little bit more, and although it's never a smooth ride in a dirt late model, I think they feel a little more secure than on one of those motorcycles.
We're at 10, 12 grand minimum for something like that, and of course these tires about $150 a piece, so it is not inexpensive. But $1,000 to start the Pittsburgher 100, and 3 out of this will go.
Here they come off of 4, the PPM Racing Products B main number 2, and it's Tim Dome leading the field into turn number 1.
Well, you see Scott James, his strategy was get there quick to second. He does around Lance Elson down the back straightaway.
Elson, Brent Raybergen, and Al Atala, your top 5 into turn number 3. Atala is going to try that outside line in the 02 car. Raybergen up blocking his path in turn 4. Some contact as they come off.
That Brent Raybergen driving that 07 car that is a Bob Pierce race car chassis, the 07 car right now. Dave Hess Jr. on the inside. He ran with us down at East Bay in Florida in February. Now he's around the 02 car.
Up to 5th.
Yep.
Up to 5th. Dome still your leader. James is 2nd. Elson in the final transfer spot. 10 laps to go.
Scott James tries the outside groove. He's getting that car tuned in for the main event right now. As right now, and these cars do not use radios nor any other transmission devices, no mirrors. And Tim Dome looks good right now. Scott James 2nd, Lance Elson still 3rd.
Yeah, back to Brent Raybergen 4th, then Dave Hess Jr., Al Atala, DJ Miller, Rodney Schweitzer, Tony Mussolino, and Danny Rich. Elson gaining on James, who slipped off at 2.
Scott James, his very first time here at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. The Indiana driver, he's made the Dream at Eldora this year, the Show Me 100, and has 2 $10,000 victories this year.
It's back around Dave Hess Jr. and Atala back into the top 5. Lance Elson continues to challenge Scott James for 2nd.
See some of the crew members probably on the inside, their hand signals. 2nd and 3rd solid. They don't want to. You don't want to get into somebody and take somebody out, and Elson did a good job there backing off down the back straightaway. Those first 3 have pulled away, so They've got a pretty good advantage right now as they come up on the halfway mark. 6 down, 6 to go in the PPM Racing Products second B main.
Tim Dome looks like he's able to get into the turn very well. Looks like he's having a hard time coming off. The car a little tight. He's starting to close the gap just a bit.
Tim Dome has had some impressive runs this year. The last one at Tazewell, Tennessee, where he started 24th and finished 5th a couple of weeks ago on Labor Day weekend. And he was leading the Hillbilly 100 for several laps this year. And also at Tyler County in the Lucas Oil late model race, though he lost the motors. But right now, Scott James has picked up the pace down. He's closed on Tim Dome.
The Silver Shark is starting to see some fresh meat in front of him. He is within 2 car lengths of the leader with 4 laps to go.
Scott looked good when he hot lapped out there a while back, but right now he's all over Dome. Dome drifts up, and here comes Scott James, and he'll take the lead.
Impressive. He is getting faster as this race goes on. Dome, we talked about the handle seemed to be going away. He's still comfortably in second, though, so he should be able to transfer with just 3 laps to go. Elson third, and then it's back a ways to Brent Raybergen and Alan Sala running 4th and 5th.
Scott James getting a feel for this racetrack.
And this is a different kind of racetrack. Not a lot of guys can come here and run good right out of the box.
Right.
A few laps to get down in.
It's about like Eldora, where it's a momentum racetrack, and we saw that in that first B main. Brian Ruhlman had a good run going, and he got pushed up out of the groove, and that cost him a couple of spots and a chance to make the Pittsburgher 100. Right now, it's all James, Dome, and Elson at the white flag. 1 lap to go. 1 to go, the final lap.
And traffic ahead.
Yes, look out.
We got a car out of shape. Tim Gold to the inside of the back straightaway as your leaders starting to turn 3. Things tightening up.
Close in behind 5-time track champion Ben Miley at the line. It'll be Scott James with the win. Tim Dome will take second. Lance Elson will be third. Those 3 gentlemen cross the scales. They will be in the Pittsburgher 100.
Brent Raybergen, Alan Sala, Dave Hess Jr., DJ Miller, Tony Mussolino, Rodney Schweitzer, Chad Ruhlman, Danny Rich, Jim Kudis, Dave Wade, Rick Briggs, and Ben Miley will come up short, although Wade will get a provisional.
Well, grabbing that 3rd spot, advancing to the Pittsburgher 100. He was the 5th overall fast qualifier of the 54 cars on hand this weekend. And that 3rd spot, the 17E car out of Wellsburg, West Virginia. How about a big round of applause for the young man, Lance Elson, taking that 3rd spot, grabbing the 2nd spot. He's currently 7th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points. In the 6T out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia, the showstopper, Tim Dome. And your winner in his first time here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, currently 5th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points, the Silver Shark in car 83 out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. How about a big round of applause for Scott James?
Television. Imagine that, Mr. Bradish. You're going to be on TV.
Yeah, oh boy.
You hope it's good, right?
I hope so. At least the first half of the lap, I figure the camera will be on me.
You're starting outside pole. Just your thoughts. You're starting outside pole. How did it feel out there at the last hot lap session?
The car felt real good, but they're watering the racetrack, and we're going to sit for an hour and a half, so I don't know what's going to happen after this.
You think it's better when the lights come on?
I race here under the lights every week. I'd say, yeah, I do like the night shows. I do. I think the fans like the night shows better, too.
You got to be pumped up. I mean, this is your best chance at the Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so far, this is my best chance, and I'm going to give it all I got.
Crew's been busy. What happened at the end of your heat yesterday?
Well, we had an oil leak, and it wasn't a major oil leak, but I wanted it fixed, and these guys are pumped up. They tore that car apart, and they went over everything from front to back, and they got me in a real nice race car. The car was really good today.
Well, good luck. Maybe we'll be talking to you later.
Yeah, I hope you are, Dow.
All right. Lou Bradish out of Chester, West Virginia.
You don't laugh like you did.
Here's a guy that's found victory lane here twice for the Pittsburgher 100. Tim Hitt, good to see you again.
Thanks, Dow.
How's it feel?
The car feels pretty good. I think the track's going to be fairly fast. Tire management is going to be a real big problem, I think. We're just going to have to go out there and see what we can do.
You haven't run a whole lot this year. Is that hurt, helped, or does it matter?
Oh, I'm sure it's hurt. I tell you what, if you're just off a little bit and in these races anymore, you're off a bunch. So, yeah, it's hurt a bunch, but, we just keep plugging around.
And when you come back here, I don't think it takes you too many laps to feel comfortable again.
No, this is actually one racetrack I can just get in a car, and it just seems like, we're pretty decent, so I just really like this racetrack, and we do get around here very well.
Well, you won the heat, and that puts you up near the front. That's key, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. If it starts locking down fairly early and everybody gets in line, then you're pretty much going to be where you stay. So starting up here should be a big advantage.
Well, we saw in the B's, it looked like the groove is a lot wider, so hopefully it'll stay that way later on tonight.
Yeah, actually, when we went out and hot lapped, it looked like the black was fairly wide. So, yeah, hopefully it does.
Well, good luck to you.
Okay, Dow, thank you.
Timmy Hitt out of Weston, West Virginia in car 68. We're going to talk to the defending champion of the Pittsburgher, Bart Hartman. You didn't run fast laps. Must feel pretty confident.
Well, I mean, the track's going to change a lot when the sun comes off the track, and with water in it, making it a little wider than what it has been. It'll make it back like last night. I'm not overconfident. I just think we're going to be adjusting for two different situations, so I don't want to get in my head that we need to change the car to get a little better. I think we were pretty good last night, so we'll just run the car the way it is and see how the cards play out.
Did the car feel as good as it looked last night? Because you did look good.
Yeah, it was, it was real good. It would rotate the middle of the corner on the gas, and, we could drive off as hard as we wanted, and it'd run anywhere on the track that we really wanted to put it. So, the Rockets really seem to run well around here, and Cornet motor, and, my crew's done an awesome job, and I think we'll be good. And, we've got a lot of good guys in front of us and a bunch behind us, so we'll just probably run the first 50, see what it plays out, then go from there.
Here, I think the middle of the corner is probably the most important part, isn't it?
Yeah, because, a lot of different people can get in or they can get off, but if the car's too tight or too loose in the middle, they lose all their momentum. And Pittsburgh's mainly about momentum. You don't have to be excellent on both places, but if you're good all the way around, it's something that makes the car better.
It's kind of a different year for you, back with your own operation. You sort of haven't followed anyone. You've bounced around, but as the year's gone on, you've gotten pretty good.
Yeah, we've had a real good year. It was a rebuilding year. Had a great season last year with, Mark Richards, Steve Baker, and the Rocket team. But decided to go back out on my own this year, and we've been bouncing around, like you said. Got some wins under our belt, and just back to where we pick and choose and get to go to some tracks we didn't do last year, and really enjoying it.
I'll tell you something. No one's ever won this race 2 years in a row. You may be the first.
Well,
you'd be like to be the first, I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I'd like to be, but like I said, there's a lot of competition, a lot of good guys all around us, so we'll just give it the best shot we can.
And 100 laps.
That's right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bart Hartman, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see this guy back in Pittsburgh. Gary Stuhler. He looks strong in that B main.
Well, we made some adjustments on the car. We messed up a lot yesterday and didn't capitalize on a spot that would have made us start a lot further up. But we got a lot better today, and hopefully we can race pretty decent now.
And I know where you're starting. Your hope that groove stays as wide as it appears to be right now.
Well, it looked like there in that last hot lap session like guys could move around some, so we're just hoping it stays that way, and we got the right things done to the car that we can advance forward.
You've sort of been a transitional year, switched chassis in the middle of the season. Is it starting to go better for you?
Yeah, a lot better. I mean, we've been struggling a little bit. It's just been one of those years, we had quite a few good ones, and we just struggled a little bit there. And like with a lot of the shock packages and stuff that people were doing, cars are getting better, and we've been missing it some. And like I say, it's been picking up here the last couple of weeks.
Shocks, I hear that everywhere anymore. That's like real big right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And like I say, there's a bunch of manufacturers out here that are, everybody's got different stuff, and that seems like that's the key to the thing right now. If you can get the right package with that and get your car balanced right to run as good as it does.
Unique color combination this year. I kind of like it.
Well, we changed a little bit. I kind of wanted to do something for my 30th year racing, so we just did something different. We haven't really talked it over, but I'd say we'll probably go back to something a little more basic like we had before.
30 years, hard to believe. You're making me feel old.
Well, it's been a long time. Like I say, we've had a lot of good years, and it just, I enjoy racing this place. I missed a couple years up here due to some conflicts with other racetracks, but we're glad to be back, and hopefully we can run good tonight.
Home track has always been Hagerstown. This year you became the all-time winner there. That had to be, make you feel pretty good, pretty proud.
Yeah, we're proud of what we accomplished there. It's, like I say, we didn't ever expect to do that, but like I say, we took us a while to get it this year, and it's been basically our only deal up there. But like I say, we're running better now, and hopefully we can get quite a few more.
Good luck here this evening.
Thank you very much.
Gary Stuhler out of Greencastle in the number 90.
We're going to talk to Steve Baker. Steve, you've been on sort of a roller coaster here the past couple of weeks. You started the week strong last Saturday. Misfortune cost you the championship, but boy, you've battled back strong this weekend.
Yeah, we just got a little behind there. We actually qualified a little bit too good yesterday. Had to start inside the second row last night, and unfortunately didn't make it through last night. The car's working real good today. Had a little unfortunate incident up there hot lapping, but it's fine. They took the spoiler off Alatella's car and put it over on mine, and it'll be ready to go again.
Well, that top groove looked like it was coming in, and that's good for you.
Yeah, it is, and a lot of guys don't like to get up there, and hopefully they won't in the beginning, and then we can make up a lot of ground early. I know later on it'll probably lock down lower in the racetrack, but we'll have to make a lot of progress early and see what happens in the later stages. But we're going to give it all we got. We have nothing to lose today. We're going to go up to the high side. You can bet on that.
Good luck.
Thank you, Dow.
Steve Baker driving the Field Bland number 0. I know they talked to you. James talked to you earlier. You started on the pole here this evening. Alex Ferree out there after hot laps. Do you still feel good about the car?
Pretty good. It's a little tight in, but we got to do some changes here.
Do you? I liked your answer earlier when I asked you about strategy. You said, I don't have strategy, just drive fast.
That's what I try to do. I don't know. I have to change for tonight the way everyone's telling me. So.
Really?
That's what they're saying. I got to have some strategy here. I don't know if I can do that. I don't have that much brain power.
You're going to have to think a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that, so.
Really, you got to be proud. Your dad and you both. I don't know that father and son team have started a Lucas Oil Dirt late model race this year.
No, I don't know about that. Yeah, it's first
Except
time.
the Conleys. The Conleys were the other ones that have.
Yeah.
Not the Pittsburgher, but one of the Lucas Oil races.
Yeah. It's the first time me and him made it here, so it's real good. Hopefully we'll have fun. Hopefully he can catch up and have some fun up front with me.
You see, you got to use a little bit of his patience with your heavy right foot.
Nah, if I could do that, that'd be the best driver out there. I guarantee that.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ed, you got to be proud. I know you're proud because you made the race, but your youngsters here starting on the pole.
Yeah, it's great to be in this Pittsburgher this year, and it's even better with Alex.
It's a good finish to a comeback season for you.
Yes, it is. Couple months ago there we ran the Mac show here. Alex and I ran it together, and that was a lot of fun. We actually got some pictures of us racing together, and he kind of likes the one where he's ahead of me, and I kind of like the one where I'm ahead of him. But it's been a lot of fun. I hope this Pittsburgher turns out to be just as much fun.
The fact that the TV cameras are here, does that excite you at all?
I don't really pay too much attention to that. I mean, it'll be neat for some of my friends that can watch it that don't get down to the racetrack. But other than that, it's just another day.
Well, you had a scare last winter, and we're good to see you back. Glad to see you back here and running the way you're running.
Well, believe me, I'm glad to be back, and it looks like everything's back to normal. I've been back to the doctor a few times, and the last checkup I had, he said everything looked great. Said come back in 6 months and see me again.
Well, good luck here tonight. We'll talk to you in the opening ceremony.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Ed, for the top, the Lucas Oil late model dirt point standings, the real deal, Don O'Neill. We talked to you last night after you blistered this place and set the fast time. What do you think tonight?
Well, 100 laps is a lot of laps around here, so we'll ride the first 50 out and see how we are, and and see if we can't pick it up a little bit for the second 50.
First time you've been here, but I mean, you've done a lot of travel in the last few years, so I'm sure you're pretty comfortable when you go to these different style of racetracks.
Yeah, at least flatter racetracks like that's been good to us this year. So, we sort of fit in real good when we come here. When we unloaded, we was pretty good. So, I think we'll be okay.
You've run couple of different kind of cars this year. What are you running this weekend?
We got the Masterbuilt race car, which we've been running it pretty steady in the last few weeks.
Any thoughts on your season with the Lucas Oil Dirt late models?
Yeah, it's been a sort of an up and down season. Hopefully we can end the rest of the year out here on a good note.
You started like a ball of fire. You won, I think, 7 through July. A little bit of a lull of late.
Well, yeah, we won a race here a couple of weeks ago. And we sort of stepped on our toes at Eldora last weekend. So hopefully we can redeem ourselves this weekend.
But this is when it really gets interesting, because at the end of the year, the big races, things like that, a lot of money on the line, and you can make or break your season.
Oh, that's for sure. The end of the year is always, when you want to really get hot, So, we've had a good race car, and, we've been leading some races and broken stuff. So, hopefully we got all of our stuff together for tonight.
Well, I was impressed with you because I've seen you run a few times, but I've never seen you run on a track this size. And I've seen you on TV down at East Bay just tearing up that place, which is a lot different than this. And I was looking forward to seeing you run here to see how you would handle the smoothness, the corner speeds and stuff here. But you look good.
Yeah, you know, a race car driving awesome. You know, it's about like being on pavement out there. It's driving so good. You know, it's just, you know, it's a little bit of a change, you know, between East Bay and here. There's a little difference. You know, you got to calm down a little when you get here.
A little worried about tire wear? Do you think it'll be a concern?
I'd say, yeah, it will have to be after, you know, 100 laps here. So, you know, you don't have to, you know, drive hard, but be as easy as you can on your stuff. And, you know, because that first 50 laps, you know, don't pay a thing.
Right, and whatever, if you're in front at that point, it's all going to be a race.
That's right.
Good luck to you tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Don O'Neill, ladies and gentlemen, the real deal. He's in the 71. And we introduce him. And I'm going to talk to our 2005 track champion, John Flinner. Did it sink in? Because I know when you got out of the car last Saturday night, you were probably the most surprised guy to find out you were the champion.
Yeah, it sunk in, but I'll trade it for today. I'll give the championship to Louie at the end of the night if we can win this deal.
Hey, you've had some good runs, though, in the Pittsburgher. I mean, second 2 years ago, I think you had a third up in there. You were running in third earlier. I mean, you seem to do better here in long races.
Yeah, I like them long races. I wish on a regular night it was like 35 or 50, but I'm just happy to be in the show, and we'll see what the overall outcome is at the end of the race.
Well, you brought this car out for the first time here last Saturday. You won the feature, and it looked good again last night.
So far, so good, and right now it's my favorite car.
Good luck tonight, John.
Thank you very much.
John Flinner, ladies and gentlemen, our 2005 champion.
Like I said, gentlemen, 2 men over, no tools over the wall during the fuel stop. There'll be 2 men over for the fuel behind the tire. The only people that want out on the front trailer is the driver for the car. Once all the introductions are made, then we will let you. Everybody off, get ready. Get everybody.
I can't wait. Oh, this first goddamn argument.
Youngster Alex Furry on the pole. Wonder what he's thinking. Biggest win of his career a couple of years ago, Dow. Over at Lernerville, $5,000 to win, but this one here, bigger playing field, $22,000 up for grabs.
He's got to be juiced right now. I mean, just the thrill starting on the front of this race. What's ahead of him, who knows? And he's got 27 cars behind him. So, yeah, Alex, a young gentleman in his early 20s, got to be really excited. Third series off with a Pittsburgh salute, the 17th annual Pittsburgher 100. 28 cars, 100 laps, $22,000 to win, $1,000 to start. When they get to you in turn 4, let's get on your feet, let's send them off. Some of the greatest drivers in these United States are going to try to put a show on for you, our greatest race fans here tonight. They're going to salute you, you salute them back. The starting field for the 17th annual Pittsburgher 100. Around the drivers will take the green flag as we begin the 17th annual Pittsburgher 100.
Tim Hitt, two-time winner. Bart Hartman, the defending race winner. Davey Johnson's won it 3 times. Donnie Moran's won it once. So the odds are pretty good. We may have a new winner, of course. So again, it's Alex Furry and Lou Bradish on the front row. Mark Banal, Tim Hitt, row 2. Then you have Bart Hartman and Matt Miller. Then Don O'Neill and Steve Case Bolt Jr. See if we can, we ran 2 B mains without any problems. We'll see if we can get through the first 50 laps before the fuel stop. As Chief Starter Noel Hargis will wave the green flag at the cone to start the 17th annual Pittsburgher 100.
Right away, it's Lou Bradish darting into the lead in turn 1. Mark Banal slides up in front of the field. They're 4 wide for third. Flinner to the outside. No, that's Hitt to the outside. Banal on the inside, and Miller right behind him into 3.
Wow, a lot of action in turn 2. They dive into 3. Hang on, gentlemen. They motivate those machines around, and Lou Bradish will take the lead in lap 1.
Contact between Bart Hartman and Steve Casebolt for about 6. They separate into turn number 1. Bradish in front for Reese second. It's Hitt. Matt Miller is 4th. Banal trying to hold off Hartman for 5th.
Up front, Lou Bradish in front right now. He'll lead another lap. Alex Furry, as you see the scoreboard in the infield, again, we'll go to the 50-lap mark. And it will have a fuel stop. Matt Miller is running in 4th, and here's Hartman underneath the Banal. The defending champion down the back straightaway. Hartman has a run on Banal. Into turn 3. Now,
Bart Hartman moving into the top 5. He started 5th, dropped back. Now he's back up to 5th. Bradish and Furry setting a quick pace out in front. The track is fast. Furry has actually closed in a bit over the last lap or 2. Hitt 3rd. Matt Miller a close 4th.
It's fun to see 2 gentlemen out in front. If they stay that way, well, they will be excited. Their biggest wins of this career, but again, a long way to go. Right now, a good, clean race going on. Tim Hitt runs in 3rd, Matt Miller 4th, Hartman 5th. Battle for 6th, Casebolt, and we got a car down out at turn 4.
Jared Miley.
Jared Miley in the H1.
Miley off the pace on the outside of the racetrack in the Calusi Chevy H1, making his first Pittsburgher start. Looks like he may come to a stop in turn 1. He's still rolling. Now the caution is out. Caution is out.
And they're just trying to glide through those first 50 laps down and save on that tire wear. We mentioned Scott James had said in one of the B mains after 10 laps, one of his tires had blistered.
Still had air in it, it appeared, but the hood is off, so it's probably a suspension part of some sort that has disabled the Calusi Chevy H1 right now.
We'll control the pace, and we will fire. You see the orange pylon cone coming off of turn 4.
Lucky Lou Bradish, he won the Penn National here in July. Has 23 career wins here at the Monster Half Mile. He has led the first 4 laps as we restart the Pittsburgher 100.
Yeah, that was a little tight there. They're all on the gas. Into 1. These guys putting on a show. 800 horsepower is into 1. Hartman will drift up. They're still on the gas. Oh, 3-4 wide down the back straightaway. Down.
Hartman, Benall, and Jeep Van Wormer down on the inside. Steve Casebolt getting into the mix as well. The hitman, Timmy Hitt, moving to second. Benall up real high in turn 4, loses several spots. Davey Johnson gets a great restart in the 19. He started 18th. He's already in the top 10.
Trying to become the first 4-time winner of this race. Right now, Matt Miller will challenge Alex Faree into turn number 3. The 7 and a 4 car. You see the Bartman a solid 5th. Matt Miller on the inside, Alex Faree on the outside.
Caution is out. Caution is out. Dave Wade in the Yingling 76 is on the back straightaway right behind the Lucas Oil sign. Dave Wade, our 2004 track champion, has stopped on the back straightaway in the Yingling Lager 76 directly behind the Lucas Oil sign. In the pits.
Don O'Neill coming pit side as they will make a pit stop. He'll have to restart on the tail. Mark Benall, same way in the T8. And
Dave Wade as well. The
Dave
caution
Wade as
car.
well. So those drivers will go to the tail to check out O'Neill's car. Hey, Carlo. And it cost him at least a second place finish. And since he pitted under a yellow flag.
And they continue to work on the 71 of Don O'Neill.
Break at lap 50. They can't change tires. They can take air pressure out and add fuels. Break.
45 to the break. It's been the Chester Charger. Lou Bradish, Lucky Lou out of Chester. Fielding to our second restart. 95 laps total. 45 to halfway. The 17th annual Pittsburgher is back underway.
Good restart that time. Bradish will dive into one. The hitman will take a look on the inside. Drift up 4 wide down the back straightaway out of 2. And here comes Jackie Boggs on the move in at 4B.
And they're 3 wide for about 10th. Geisler gets squeezed out of the mix in the 1C. Johnson and Boggs continue to climb forward. It's Faree back in second, dropping Hitt to third. Hartman is 4th. Matt Miller is 5th. Boggs 6th, Johnson 7th, Van Wormer 8th, Flinner is 9th, and Ed Faree a close 10th over Steve Casebolt.
So both Farees now in the top 10. Son Alex Father and Bart Hartman problems on the left front of the racer. The defending Pittsburgher 100 champion down in the 75 car, and that will probably bring out another caution flag.
Now quickly, things can change. Bart Hartman in car 75, problems on the left front wheel. The Urgent Cash 75 into the pits.
We'll take the outside, and O'Neill's back out on the tail.
I don't think they're lined up right. John, what's going to happen? We haven't ran but more than 2 or 3 laps at a time.
So Bart Hartman, the defending race winner, out of the race, as his night is ended after 7 laps. We're ready to go for the Pittsburgher 100 back underway. Bradish will lead him into 1 on the inside hit. Faree 3 wide. Miller right on the back of Faree. But it's Casebolt, Boggs, Van Wormer, and here comes Davey Johnson.
What about Casebolt? He stuck it in there on the inside of 1, and everybody that was outside was in trouble. Johnson now with a handful, and here comes, look at Baker. Steve Baker, who started this race way back in the 21st position, is challenging for 7th and 8th off a turn to the West Virginia Rim Rider.
Great job by Baker. Remember, he started 3rd in that B main, fell to 6th, got back up to 2nd. He's coming to the front. He's got it hooked up. They'll try to go 3 wide. Come out of turn 4 right here. Van Wormer, Flinner, and Baker.
They are on the charge into turn 1, 3 wide they go. It's Baker on the very top of the racetrack. The West Virginia Rim Rider trying to take over 7th, car off the pace. T8 Mark Benall to the pits. The green stays out. Your leader Lou Bradish, Faree 2nd, Hitt 3rd. Matt Miller a close 4th. Casebolt 5th, Boggs is 6th. Baker's up to 7th.
Well, the guy that lost on that last restart, Davey Johnson, had gone, from 18th up into the top 10. He's dropped back now as we have a change for position down the back straightaway.
John Flinner now, who started back there right in front of Johnson and Moran, is well up into the top 10. He finished 2nd in this race 2 years ago. Jackie Boggs trying to take 5th away from Steve Casebolt. Is it Casebolt trying to get around Boggs for that 5th spot?
Good side-by-side battle there. Boggs will try the inside slide job into 3. Drifts up, there's contact. Hang on, Casebolt, he does.
He saved it. My God, he saved it. That was a real hard hit between Boggs and Casebolt in the middle of 3 and 4. Still Lou Bradish in front, Alex Ferree second, Tim Hitt third, Matt Miller fourth, Boggs fifth, Flinner to sixth, Case Bolt seventh, Geisler eighth, Baker is ninth, and Johnson's back in the top 10 in the 19.
Well, sometimes it's a contact sport, Dal. Up front, Lou Bradish has led it all the way so far. His lap 13. And Lynn Geisler now in that number 1 Cochran car. He's made his way back up there. He goes around Case Bolt for position.
Yeah, he went around him quick like Geisler down the back straightaway in the Cochran Automotive 1C. Closing in now on John Flinner. Matt Miller continues to pester Tim Hitt for third. They're side by side coming off of 4. 14 laps are down.
One eye on the progress in the back. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader, Don O'Neill's gone around 6 cars. Remember, lap 50, after that's completed, we'll throw the yellow.
Davey Johnson picking up one more spot over Steve Baker. Caution on the speedway. Caution is out. Caution is out. We've got
must be debris on the racetrack now. That's what it is.
Up in turn 3, and Don O'Neill back in the pits. Quickly, the real deal ducking into the pits. So out there running up to speed, but obviously feels like something is not right. They continue to work and adjust in hopes of getting him closer to the front. And intense racing, to say the least. The real deal, Crew getting the hood back on the 71. He'll be late coming out of the pits here. And I'm not sure where he's going. Can't go out that way. Can't go out that way. That's going to cost the real
deal. Down the back straightaway. They're working lap 15. Here comes Matt Miller on the inside. And O'Neill, you have to come out in turn number 1. He's going to go a lap down. Everybody better watch out there. Clear pit road.
Look at this,
and
4 wide.
A lap down, 4 wide. And John Flinner.
Flinner up into 4th. Johnson, Geisler, and Case Bolt now 3 wide. Johnson, who was 10th on the restart. Case Bolt, the victim of some more contact, gets shuffled back further. The juice is up to 6th. It's still Lou Bradish out in front. Ferree second. Matt Miller's been impressive. He's starting to steadily move forward in 3rd.
Steve Case Bolt probably trying to feel like a punching bag out there as cars come out of turn 2. And look at the 99 car, Donnie Moran. He's on the move now. He'll go to the inside for position.
And for second, Matt Miller nosing ahead of Alex Ferree in turn 4, and John Flinner continues to turn up the wick in the 48s.
Lynn Geisler also, he's behind Davey Johnson. They're not out of it yet. Side by side, second spot, Miller and Ferree. And look at Flinner right there.
Flinner looks like he has got a fast horse.
That's right, and up out of the groove. Here they are, side by side. Give that spot to Matt Miller.
Miller, Ferree, Flinner. We got a car slowing down. I believe it's the 68 of Tim Hitt. Tim Hitt, who was running as high as 2nd, has come to a stop in turn 4, and the caution is back out. 18 laps are down.
To pick up some value, Don O'Neill. Now remember, they go back to their pit stall. They'll check out the number 1. O'Neill back in. I've been back in the 17th starting spot. He'll come out. So Lou Bradish, he's led it all the way the first 18 laps of this race.
3 wins this year, including the Penn National in July. A race that he led 49 laps a year ago before running out of fuel on the final lap. He got it back this year, and wow, this would cap off a great season for Lou. We got a long way to go, though, and here comes Matt Miller on the restart. He challenges Bradish on the inside in turn 1. Off of 2, it's Alex Ferree, who was 3rd, taking the lead.
Right away. Great move by Ferree, and here comes Jackie Boggs on the outside. Matt Miller works the inside. New leader. It's going to be Alex Ferree.
Ferree, who was 2nd, then got shuffled back, has worked his way to the front. Miller went to the inside of Bradish there, and all of a sudden, Ferree cracked the whip on the outside. He's your leader. Boggs is 4th, Flinner 5th, Johnson 6th, Moran 7th, Geisler is 8th, and it's B.A. Malquit running 9th with Gary Stuhler 10th. 20 laps are down. 30 to the halfway fuel stop.
Well, the drivers that started on the front row running 1st and 2nd. It has not always been that way in this race. Matt Miller back in 3rd. Jackie Boggs settles in 4th. Flinner runs in 5th. And Ferree has stretched that lead out right now into turn 1.
He is really pouring it on. He is really flying. Matt Miller continues to nip at the heels for Lou Bradish for 2nd. Boggs 4th, Flinner 5th, Johnson 6th. Moran Then it's Geisler, Malquit, and Stuhler, your top 10. This will be lap 22, second, James, side by side.
Great race, Miller and Bradich into one. That was too close to call for us here at the line. We'll let the official scores work that one out, but no doubt right now Matt Miller will go to second down the back straightaway, and here comes Jackie Boggs.
Yeah, Matt with a strong charge on the inside into turn number 1. The McCullough Motorsports 7. Boggs trying to get by Bradish for third, but Lou stands on it on the outside. Coming off it, Boggs will make the pass. So Bradish, who led the first 18, now finds himself going backwards as Flinner goes by. Bradish back into 5th.
Lou Bradish led the first 18 laps. Right now he's gone from 1st to 5th. And Davey Johnson, Moran, and Geisler will be behind him for E. And Matt Miller now will set sail into turn 1 to try to catch him.
Coming to the 1/4 mark, 24 laps are down, and the lead continues to grow for Alex Ferree, a half a straightaway over Matt Miller as they sort of separate your top 10 cars running single file. Backaways, Ed Ferree trying to pass Scott James on the backstretch. 25 laps are down in the Pittsburgher. Alex Ferree, who started on the pole, is your leader.
And again, the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader, Don O'Neill, has called it a race. So that will mean that Pearson, Miller, Moran's going to pick up some points on him here tonight.
The rate that Alex is running, if the race does stay green, he's going to be closing on the back of the field here in a handful of laps or so, and we might see our first traffic of the evening.
Working lap 27 in that rocket chassis, Franklin Racing Supply entry. Matt Miller holding his own right there, not trying to abuse the tires or anything like that.
But he has cut into the lead. It has shrunk. Miller is making up ground on Ferree, little by little, it would appear.
Well, Alex Ferree's been very impressive. First time I've seen him run in a long time, and this young man doing a good job. 25 years old right now, holding the lead. Matt Miller and Boggs and Flinner trying to track him down. So right now, how about the locals still doing a good job? What do we have? 3 out of the top 5 right now.
From Western PA, Ferree, Flinner, and Bradish. Another Western PA driver, though more of a national name. Davey Johnson 6th, Moran still 7th, Geisler is 8th, Malquit 9th, and Stuhler 10th. There's been no change in the top 10 here for several laps. Some guys, I think, trying to ride at the fuel stop and then see what they have tire-wise. Things are going to get interesting here in a few as the leaders continue to close on the back of the field, and Matt Miller continues to close in on Alex Ferree, and Jackie Boggs and John Flinner are coming along for the ride.
Wanting to go to the break. Davey Johnson all over Bradish, trying to run him down as they dive into turn number 1. Moran right there solidly in position. That is the 7th spot, and you mentioned it. And on the inside, here comes Juice on the inside of Bradish. Down the back straightaway. DJ backs off, lets Bradish go right here. Battle for the lead down the straightaway. Side by side into turn 1, Matt Miller and Alex Ferree on lap 31 for the lead.
Matt Miller has been in 2 previous Pittsburghers. The best finish, he had a 9th in 2001. He is turning up the pressure, and I said Jackie Boggs and John Flinner are coming right with him. This is going to get real interesting as we complete lap 32, 18 to the halfway fuel stop.
Well, Alex Ferree got back on that accelerator, didn't he? Now, these cars do not run any radios, nor do they run any mirrors, but Ferree, as Miller took a peek there, and Ferree has picked it back up 3 car lengths to lead, and probably, 3 or 4 more laps will be in heavy traffic.
Yeah, and the groove may be narrowing a bit. B.A. Malquit in the 79 around Lynn Geisler and moving up, I believe, to 8th. Geisler 9th. His car looks to be getting awfully tight. Stuhler is 10th, and a car slowing is Rick Auckland in turns 3 and 4.
Rick Auckland, the Hall of Famer, the number 12 car, over 450 career wins. Looks like that K&E Trucking Masters build. He's got to go pit side, and Auckland is out of the race.
Well, 25 years young, Alex Ferree is about to gain a whole lot of experience as he closes on the back of the field with the Dream 2005 winner, Matt Miller, in his trail.
Out in turn 4, it's been a great race so far. Good competition throughout the field. Heavy traffic into turn 1. Alex Ferree gets on the brakes. He slides up the racetrack, and here comes Matt Miller on the inside. New leader is Matt Miller.
He was alongside of Ferree a few laps earlier, then settled back into second, but able to get by in traffic. And now Jackie Boggs right behind Ferree for second, completing lap 36. Matt Miller trying to lap the 14 Geo Scott Gunn, and he does.
And Davey Johnson on the move in that 19 car, that Dale Byler reliable painting entry. He is closed on Flinner down the back straightaway as Miller will clear traffic. Ferree will follow, and here comes Boggs.
Jackie Boggs around Scott Gunn. Matt Miller's got more traffic to deal with, completing lap 37. Faree, Boggs, Flinner, and Johnson, after getting by Bradish, has pulled quickly onto the heels of Flinner.
37 laps, Matt Miller.
Gary Stuhler's moved up a spot, dropping Lynn Geisler to 10th. It's hard to lap the cars because everyone's running at a fast speed. There's no one you can look out there and say he's running really slow right now.
Now that could be a problem for the leaders because it may be hard to pass somebody when you get up here to get around them, and somebody may go right around you. Alex Faree, when Miller went around, it looks like he got on the brakes too hard, and the car slid up the racetrack. We got one down to the back straightaway.
Scott Gunn pitting in car 14G. 12 laps to halfway. Your leader, Matt Miller, around the 17 of Lance Elson. Faree trying to pass him, but can't. There's one car between first and second. Boggs, Flinner, and Johnson, third, fourth, and fifth. Single file into 3. Matt Miller now trying to lap Tim Dome.
10 to go.
That's right. 40 down, 10 to halfway. Alex Faree has not been able to get by Lance Elson. And now Johnson gets by Flinner. Davey is up to 4th in the reliable painting 19 from 18th.
Davey Johnson showing that you can pass here in that 19 car. Right now, Matt Miller behind Tim Dome, and Faree trying to get around Lance Elson. 9 to go to the break.
Still one lap car between first and second, but Miller's not been able to pass Dome. Faree's not been able to get by Elson. Here they come through 3 and 4. Miller looks to the inside of Dome, but Dome with great straightaway speed will hold him off. Lou Bradish clawed up to Flinner as well. Your top 6 cars pretty close through 1 and 2.
Matt Miller, 2-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series winner this year at Belleville, Kansas, and at West Liberty, Iowa. He had the Hoosier Dirt Classic at Brownstown 1. And Jackie Boggs on the move. Jackie Boggs takes second place in 4B.
And here comes Johnson trying to get by Faree for third. Alex will hold him off into turn 1, getting back to the inside of the racetrack. It's Boggs now second, still a lap car between he and race leader Matt Miller.
And Dome drifts up out of the group. Matt Miller cleanly around him. Matt now a little bit of distance between him and the back of the field of Tim Hitt. 6 to go coming up now. 5 more coming up next time around to the break.
To the halfway fuel stop. And Tim Hitt, the 2-time winner of the Pittsburgher, the next car in front of race leader Matt Miller. Hitt ran so strong early, got a flat tire, and now slips in 4. And here comes Miller by. Still 2 lap cars between Miller and Boggs. Faree third, Johnson fourth, less than 5 to go to the fuel stop. Flinner 6th, Bradish 7th, Moran 8th, and Malquit 9th. Your top 9 cars all running on the same straightaway.
Very impressive. Good race so far. 4 to go to the break. Matt Miller now. He'll close on fellow Buckeye driver John Mason into turn 1. Jackie Boggs running in second in the 4B. Then it's Faree, Johnson, and Flinner. As you mentioned, Bradish, Moran, Malquit not out of it yet. And down the back straightaway, Gary Stuhler makes his presence known as he's starting to close in.
They call him Mr. Smooth. He's one of those guys you don't sort of notice a lot. Smooth, out there lap after lap. Usually when the checks are being signed at the end of the night, he's getting one of the ones with a lot of zeros on it. Gary Stuhler quietly working into contention here. Just 2 laps to halfway this time by. Still 2 lap cars between Miller and Boggs. No more as Boggs slides under Tim Dome in turn 4. 2 more lap cars, and then the third place car of Alex Faree with Davey Johnson 4th. Johnson pressuring Faree pretty good lap after lap. Flinner 5th, Bradish, Moran, Malquit, and Stuhler.
Matt Miller looking very impressive right now, trying to gain valuable points in the chase for the title. As the layover flag to John Mason as they go into 1. This will be the halfway mark coming up this time around.
And that's a big thing right now because O'Neill's already out. Pearson is the second to last car right now in the lead lap. So Miller and Moran stand to make up a lot of ground if things continue the way they're going. We are halfway. Matt Miller has completed 50 laps of the 17th annual Pittsburgher. The Waterville, Ohio driver is your leader. Jackie Boggs second. Alex Faree third. Davey Johnson fourth. John Flinner is 5th.
And here comes the yellow. Everybody clears lap 50 in the books. And there's your yellow to signify the halfway break. We got them all scored. Had to wait till they all crossed the start-finish line to score lap 50. And we do so, and here comes the mandatory fuel break right here
Earl
50
Pearson
in the
Jr.
books.
pitting. He was the next to last car on the lead lap. It's the second time the Hurricane, Earl Pearson Jr., has pitted. This race could really go a long way to changing things in the Lucas Oil late model dirt point standings, with O'Neill already out, it would appear, and now Pearson second in the points in the pits.
So 50 down and 50 to go. Matt Miller, very impressive. We mentioned he's won at Belleville, Kansas, West Liberty, Iowa, trying to get back into his home area here. And right now, he had the race at Brownstown, won back in April, till he suffered a flat tire. How about Jackie Boggs, the cars in their proper alignment before we have the break here? I believe we got the lineup right. We'll take him down here to the entrance to turn number 1. First 50 laps, they've been pretty exciting. We've had battles all over the place. And right now, we've had, what have we had? Three different leaders.
Lou Bradish, Alex
so
Ferree,
far.
and Matt Miller. Yeah. I'm sure there are a lot of, I think.
And they'll check out the number 1 Cochran entry, Rocket Chassis. So Matt Miller started 6th. He's your leader. Jackie Boggs in the 4B started 16th. He's 2nd. Go down to decide it. And we'll start them single file nose to tail. At the cone, we refire the Pittsburgher 100.
It's Matt Miller leading him into turn number 1. The $1 Million Man goes to the outside in car 99. Meantime, Ferree to the inside of Boggs. Moran to 4th.
Well, he proves you can still pass out there, can't you? As he jumps up in there, and here comes Malkwood on the inside. And B.A. going for 5th in 79, and that Rayburn, he's there.
Stewart is 6th. Bradish drops to 7th. Cates Bolt is 8th. I'll tell you, the surprise of the whole weekend when you look at it is Brad Malkwood. Hasn't even driven a car in at least a year or so. Jumped back in a late model in the middle of this season, and first time here this year, and former track champion, and his experience is showing. He runs 5th.
Gary Stuhler up to 6th. Down the back straightaway, Bradish is 7th. Case Bolt is 8th. Baker is 9th. Flinner runs in 10th, as will complete lap 53.
53 laps complete. Matt Miller, steady lead over Jackie Boggs. Alex Ferree and Donnie Moran. Malkwood 5th, Stuhler 6th, Bradish 7th. Case Bolt 8th. Baker 9th, and Flinner is still 10th.
Everybody still on the lead lap except for Dome and Elson. Here comes Moran, takes a peek on the inside now, and they go wheel to wheel, and Donnie Moran, and he'll slide to the inside of that Masters built out of turn 4, and Donnie Moran goes to 3rd place.
Well, from 5th to 3rd in 5 laps for the $1 Million Man, Donnie Moran, who started 17th, now up to 3rd, a chance to not only win this race, but close the gap on series points leader Don O'Neill.
When do you think they got the word that Don O'Neill was out of the race?
Sure.
Might have been told during the fuel break. Where's O'Neill running? Well, he's pit side and out of the race, and they're going to gain some valuable points on him right now. 2 of those drivers right now, Matt Miller and Donnie Moran, 1st and 3rd.
And he is closing the gap on the front 2 cars. Jackie Boggs 2nd, Matt Miller your leader, 57 laps in the books.
Press this weekend, Alex Ferree doing a great job at that number 4 car. And he's running in 4th right now. Malkwood trying to catch him. Gary Stuhler 6th, Brady 7th, Case Bolt now back in 8th. And Flinner is 9th, and 10th is Baker.
No change in your top 10. Things are tightening up a bit out in front. The $1 Million Man just a couple of car lengths behind Boggs, and Boggs closing the gap on Matt Miller.
Well, race fans. It's getting tight for the lead. Here comes Moran on the inside of Boggs.
Into 1 and 2, Matt Miller continues to show the way. Donnie Moran a little better in the middle of the turn, able to close in on Jackie Boggs again, but Boggs beats him down the backstretch.
Well, right now we have Ohio, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Ohio in the top 5 as 60 laps click off 40 to go.
Miller has picked it up a bit too. I think he heard Boggs come at him a couple of laps earlier, and Matt now has extended that lead back to where it was.
Alex Faree and B.A. Malquit trying to join that 3-car freight train out in front. Back a ways to Stuhler running 6th. Bradish still 7th. Catesbolt 8th. Flinner a close 9th. And 10th by himself, Freddie Smith, the Southern gentleman. Where's he come from?
Freddie Smith on the move. Here comes Scott James for position at 83 alongside Baker into 1. And Scott James goes inside the top 10 in car 83.
Traffic not far away for the race leaders either as we complete lap 62. They are a straightaway now behind the back of the field. The lead has grown here over the last couple of laps for Matt Miller.
They can hear the engines behind him, and no doubt he heard that Cropper race engine of Jackie Boggs. And Miller runs a Russell Baker engine. They built those in Oklahoma right now, holding the lead. Looking good down the back straightaway, 63 laps in the books. And Moran 3rd, 4th still is Faree, 5th Malquit, 6th Stuhler, 7th Bradish, 8th Casebolt, 9th Flinner, 10th is Freddie Smith. And
Sparks smokes. He's to the pits. Alex Faree's great run in the 17th annual Pittsburgher coming to an end. Something rubbing underneath the car. You can see the sparks.
Well, something broke on the 4-car. We'll check the track, make sure that was not a drive shaft or anything. And it doesn't appear to be that way. And Alex Faree, you got to take your hat off to that young man. He looks like he's going to make it back to the pit area. Down the back straightaway. 65 laps now in the books. Matt Miller still showing the way.
Now you've got a huge gap between the front 3 cars and being Malquit. And the caution is out as Faree can't make it to the pits. Now he goes. Caution is out for Alex Faree, who was running 4th when some. Donnie Moran was quick on the last restart. Can he jump further forward? He'll follow Boggs and Miller into 1 and 2, and it'll stay single file on the back straightaway, but here he comes.
Steve Casebolt on the move, and the young Indiana driver gets a position back in the 6th. Moran takes a peek on Boggs out of 4.
Scott James trying to take a spot from Freddie Smith as they exit turn 4 down the front stretch. Freddie will hold him off into turn number 1.
Freddie running 9th, James is 10th, 11th is Baker, 12th is Pearson. 4th is Ed Faree, and battle right here. Flinner takes a peek on Bradish.
Flinner trying to get underneath Lou off of 4, but it's still Bradish running in that spot with Flinner now in 8th, but a Flinner again to the inside of Lou into 1 and 2. Can't make it work.
Right now, it's almost, you got to stay in that groove right now. Well, whether they pick up traffic, we won't know with 32 to go. Right now, Jackie Boggs is solid 2nd, Moran right there in 3rd. So those guys trying to hold the groove as they have the momentum built up now back down the back straightaway.
Matt Miller looks very solid. He just, he's been hitting his marks. Every lap looks the same. You never see the car veering or anything. He just straight the whole way around the racetrack. An impressive run for a guy who, again, hasn't been here very often.
Well, one of the things about running a series such as the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, you get a big test each and every weekend out because you don't know who's going to win. 17 different winners in the first 27 races. And Miller trying to become a 3-time winner.
Things tightening up a bit between Steve Casebolt, Lou Bradish, and John Flinner. Flinner hard into that first turn, and he will make the pass of Bradish. John Flinner.
Good clean move, Dow. He was on the gas harder. He drove in deeper than Bradish, and that's for position. And now Freddie Smith and Scott James will close on Bradish.
Lou, of course, led the first 18 laps, now trying to stay in the top 10.
Right now, it's about 6-7 car lengths to lead, but only a couple now between Moran and Boggs as they'll scoot out at turn 4. Moran closes right on Jackie Boggs here on the main straightaway as they'll go into turn number 1. Moran trying to set him up now with 28 to go.
Yeah, he had a good run off of 4, and he's got another great run off of 2. He is really turning up the pressure on Jackie Boggs, trying to duck underneath Jackie. Here he comes into turn 4, side by side for second.
Great race at the line. Boggs had him by half a car length. Wow.
And Jackie with a good run through 1 and 2 figured, okay, Donnie, it's time for me to get going. Look at him go.
And John Mason down. Smoke trails the 72 car, racing John Mason. We'll take that entry to the infield out of the race. So right now it's Miller, Boggs, Moran, Malquit. Stuhler is 5th. Casebolt is 6th. Flinner is 7th. Bradish is 8th. Freddie Smith is 9th. Scott James runs in 10th.
I think Donnie Moran woke up Jackie Boggs. He has really picked it up, and he slips a little bit. He got high in 4, and Moran closes back in. 25 laps to go. Well, whatever tires they've got, these front 3, especially Boggs and Moran, it's time to show your hand. Donnie closing in into 3. Boggs up high. Moran to the inside. Side by side for a second. Moran's got the spot. Boggs has got a problem. Jackie Boggs with a problem. In the Miller Brothers Cole. 4B, the caution is on the speedway. Tire may be down. Looks like it might be the left rear on Jackie Boggs, 4B.
We'll go back to lap 75 now, lap 75.
Running 3rd with 25 laps to go. Hasn't driven many races except the last part of this year, and he's got to be tickled pink, and he's probably breathing heavy right now because I don't know that he's been in a 100-lap race for a long time. 5 laps, Sunday night feature. 25 laps to go in the Pittsburgher 100. The green is back out. Boy, look at Matt Miller go, shot out of a cannon.
Down the back straightaway, Jackie Boggs, he'll re-enter the race into turn 1. This is a big racetrack, so he'll have some making up to do. But as they come out of turn 4, here comes Matt Miller.
Miller has been steady smooth. Moran dropping back on the restart. We'll try to track him down now. Malquit slides a bit high in turn 2, and here comes Gary Stuhler with a run on Malquit down the backstretch.
So right now, how about this for parity? A Rocket, a Masters Built, and a Rayburn in the top 3 right now.
Masters Built running 4th, Rocket 5th, 6th, 7th, GRT 8th, Rocket 9th, and Masters Built 10th.
Oh, Jackie Boggs. A puff of smoke out of the 4B car. Not sure what that was, and you see it right here on the main straightaway.
Caution is out.
And that'll bring out the caution flag. And we'll check the track, see if that is oil on the racetrack. Jackie Boggs, boy, led the first 19 laps of the Warlord 100 last Saturday night at Eldora. The fuel pump went out of that car. Race, here we go. Restart, 23 to go to decide it.
Moran stays right with Matt Miller this time.
And Malquit now makes a move on the inside. Here comes Casebolt down the back straightaway. That Soybert calf wrenches entry. He took a peek alongside. Freddie Smith, the Southern gentleman, has that GRT working on the inside. Up front, it's still Matt Miller.
And here comes Flinner to the inside of Casebolt. The battle for 5th into turn 1.
Hera Rocket chassis. Flinner signs and decals entry. Casebolt in that Rocket pulls back out in front of him. Bradish, Freddie Smith, James Pearson, still your top 10. Here we go, 21 to go.
Single file formation, not much changing. Sort of equal distance apart. Miller and Moran, a little bit of daylight over Malquit.
Well, right now it's all about you hope that right rear tire holds up. You hit your marks lap after lap. Again, this is a momentum racetrack, and they've got it built up right now, so you just got to concentrate now lap after lap. You're going to finish up front.
Less than 20 to go. Matt Miller, Donnie Moran giving it all he can. He is really taking that car into turn number 3. That S&S engine was humming down the back chute as he tries to close in on Matt Miller.
He might have been just testing that Masters Built car just to see what he had for Miller, because we may not pick up the tail end of the field anymore in this race if it stays green the rest of the way.
Yeah, they got a half a lap to go to catch the back of the field and only 18 laps to the checkered flag. Moran has closed the gap here the last couple of laps. He is right there on Miller's tail. Miller with a problem. Donnie Moran's your new leader. Matt Miller.
Matt Miller.
Caution on the speedway. Donnie Moran is your new leader, the 1991 winner of the Pittsburgher 100.
Matt Miller, he's going to go to the infield. You know that if that's a tire, they'll get that changed quickly and back out on the racetrack, and that's what it is. We had 23 to go here a while back. Now we've got 18 to go. So it's Moran, Malkut, Stuhler is third, Case Bolt is fourth, Flinner is fifth, Bradish sixth, Freddie Smith seventh, James is eighth, Pearson is ninth, Ed Ferree is 10th. Simon, he'll have to come back in and go through. We're hate to see that, but tire wear here at Pittsburgh, very, very important in a race this long. Good at Bardstown, Kentucky a few weeks ago in a Lucas Oil race. He did not make it to the finish line where he was running. Here we go, 18 to go. What does Malkut, Stuhler, Case Bolt, Flinner have? And Flinner's going to go to the inside. That's a move, and he will just barely make it in front. And here comes Freddie Smith down the back straightaway.
Case Bolt hasn't given up that fourth spot just yet. They race hard. They're wheel to wheel, and Case Bolt's go. He saves it. He saves it, but look at the scramble behind him. They're bouncing and banging. And spinning out is Ed Ferree in car 4.
Ed Ferree, they all almost made it all the way through, and the caution's going to come out.
Pittsburgher 100 driving the famed M1 car.
At 8:17 to go. Will the tires hold up for Donnie Moran? Here we go.
Into one. Moran looking strong. Look at that lead grow.
Gary Stuhler right behind Malkut down the back straightaway as they go single file down the back straightaway. Again, only the back two cars not on the lead lap. Everybody else is. Moran will extend that lead 6 car lengths already with 16 to go.
Donnie looks strong. I tell you, if his higher tires hold up, I don't know anyone has anything for him. The Dresden driver, Dresden, Ohio driver, the $1 Million Man, formerly the Frazeysburg Flash when he lived in a different city. Whatever you want to call him fast. 15 to go.
See Freddie Smith works Bradish, Scott James all over Case Bolt. Passing right now at a premium here with 15 to go. You just try to see if the guy in front of you gets up out of the groove. That may see a couple of cars go around you. So Lou Bradish, who started on the outside front row, he's running in 5th. Smith 6th, Case Bolt 7th, James 8th, 9th is DJ, 10th is Pearson. And that points lead that Don O'Neill had, 120 points coming in the race tonight. It's going to shrink considerably now when we head to West Virginia Motor Speedway next weekend for 2 shows.
Dozen laps to go, folks. 12 laps remaining.
Well, they've all pretty well settled down here in single file right now. But we've had some great racing in this event. 4 different leaders of the Pittsburgher 100. Donnie Moran, will he be the 4th and final leader of this race with 11 to go?
And trying to become the 5th driver to win this race at least twice. Joining Scott Bloomquist, Davey Johnson, Rick Ockman, and Tim Hitt.
Well, 10 to go, 90 laps in the books. Brad Malkut 2nd, Gary Stuhler 3rd, Flinner is 4th, Bradish runs in 5th.
Smith 6th, Case Bolt 7th, James is 8th, Johnson 9th, and Pearson is still 10th. They are not going to catch the back of the pack here. Clear racetrack to the checkered flag, it would appear.
Well, still 9 to go. Will that right rear hold up for those front runners right now? Everybody looks like they've settled down here with 8 to go. Nobody trying any desperate moves or anything right now. Just hoping and praying maybe the guy in front of them slips up out of the groove. Good clean racing here.
Front 4 have definitely separated themselves. Back a straightaway to the 5th place car of Lou Bradish.
Freddie Smith trying to catch him. Here they come. 5th, 6th, 7th, and on back. The rest of your top 10 headed into turn number 1.
Matt Miller with a problem in car 7.
And Matt Miller slowed it down. As you mentioned, 7 laps have been remaining in this race. Matt Miller up top side. The caution will come out.
Miller crosses the racetrack, and Moran squeezes by on the bottom.
Upsets, we've seen it a long time. If BA can come through, here we go, 7 to go. Maybe to some of the newcomers in racing it might be an upset, but we've seen Brad run for several years back.
Yeah.
In the 70s and 80s and early 90s.
In mid-90s here, he was a champion.
So he can get the job done right now. Donnie Moran will show the way with 6 to go at the start-finish line.
Steve Casebolt trying to get by Freddie Smith. Can't do it off the 4th turn. 6 to go.
And Malquid slipped up a little bit. Gary Stuhler now down the back straightaway. That Glenn Neininger owned a number 90 car. And Malkin drives it in hard, and Stuhler sees an opening on the inside. Here comes Gary Stuhler, other side by side, and Malkin will have him at the line with 5 to go.
Boy, that car of Malquid's, that Mopar under the hood is really screaming down the straightaways.
Drove that baby hard into turn 3, didn't he? It drifted up, and Stuhler saw the door open just a little bit. And now Flinner on the move in 48 now. Here comes 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with 4 to go.
Flinner slipped in 4. He'll drop back a couple of spots. Couple of car lengths, I should say.
Lou Brady still 5th, Freddie Smith 6th, Steve Casebolt Jr. 7th, Scott James 8th, Davey Johnson 9th, Earl Pearson Jr. settling right there in 10th.
Coming around to complete lap number 98, just 2 laps to go. Donnie Moran, he has been so close to winning more of these Pittsburgher, has 1 win in 1991, but he has been solidly in the top 5 in many of these Pittsburghers. One lap remaining in the 17th annual Pittsburgher. The $1 Million Man, Donnie Moran, leads them down the back straightaway for the all-important payoff lap. He'll become the 5th driver to win the Pittsburgher more than once. How about a nice hand for Donnie Moran? B.A. Malquid 2nd, Gary Stuhler 3rd, John Flinner 4th, Lou Bradish 5th, Smith 6th, Casebolt 7th, James 8th, Johnson 9th, and Earl Pearson Jr. 10th.
Malquid 2nd, Gary Stuhler 3rd, John Flinner 4th, Lou Bradish 5th, Freddie Smith 6th, Steve Casebolt 7th, Scott James 8th, Davey Johnson 9th, Earl Pearson 10th, Ed Marie, Steve Baker 5th place finish in the Pittsburgher. But now he's the 5th driver to win at least once.
We can interview at our project.
All right, now that he's out of the car and you can hear him, let's give him a big round of applause. What a race he drove. Donnie Moran! Wow. Well, we talked before the race, ESPN2 cameras here. You've put on a great show for the 90 million people, I guess, all over the country that can watch you, but great job. How you had an exciting race.
Oh, you know, we just had to start back there a little ways, and we just kept biding our time. We knew we was going to have fuel stop, and just had to be, I guess, in my older age, I could learn to be a little bit patient. But, you know, what can I say for my crew? If it wasn't for this guy right here beside me, it would never happen. This is my dad, Ronnie Moran, owner and promoter of Muskegon County Speedway, and he's one that got me started when I was just a young pup there. And, you know, I want to say special thanks to him and my whole family back home. My wife and kids couldn't make it today. My boy and my little girl, they had football and cheerleading, so this will be a pretty big surprise for them when they hear we won. But Eddie Sunoco, one of the longtime sponsors that's been with me, Keith and Tater, everybody down there at Masterbuilt Chassis, we've had a tough year, and this makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Matt Miller, when he had his flat tire and left the race, then you're left out in front, you were thinking, well, let's get this thing over with, because I don't know how long my tires are going to last.
Well, that's what I thought, but we kind of set the car up a little bit to try to be easy on the right rear. It might not have been as fast, but the longer we went, it kept getting better and better, and you know, I wasn't quite as good as a couple of them guys on the restarts, but then after that, it would pick up pretty good. And like on that restart, Matt, he got away from me, but then I started reeling him right back in there. And, you know, our tire's not very good either, but, you know, what can I say? All our sponsors has been great to us. Keith Berner from Active Force Dynos and his Bilstein Shocks, what he's did for our program this year is tremendous help.
Have you looked at the right rear? How much do you have left on there?
Don't look, because you wouldn't want it.
That's right. Well, congratulations. You drove a whale of a race. Ladies and gentlemen, Donnie Moran, the winner of the 17th annual Pittsburgher 100. Hey. Congratulations. Great effort.
Thank you.
How do you feel after that? 100 laps. When was the last time you completed a 100-lap race?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Feel like you can run 100?
I feel like running another 100. Let's go.
Tell us a little bit about this, Rayburn. Great job tonight. Mopar power, you mentioned that earlier under the hood, and right there you were in the thick of things to the very end.
Yeah, the car stayed good. We had on American Racers, and they helped us today, and everything worked pretty good. We just got a little bit too tight at the end. On the last green there, I thought I had something for Donnie, and you know, we run him down at one time, and I just got pushing and had to slow up or run into the fence, so we took second.
That's right. You did a great job out there. Congratulations. Let's give you a big round of applause. Brad Malcolm, your second-place finisher.
I want to congratulate Donnie. Good race.
That's right. It's a Buckeye sweep, first and second. And now we're going to talk to the gentleman to finish third, representing the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, Gary Stuhler. Let's give him a big round of applause for his third-place finish here tonight. Gary, it's a little dirt and rubber and whatever in your eyes there, but congratulations. Good finish.
Thank you. You know, just had a lot of help from a lot of people this weekend, from the Master Boy guys and all my crew. We were pretty good. I just tried to get too conservative there at the end and save the right rear tire.
Well, you saw Matt Miller. He was out in front, saw his tire go down. If a couple more, if Donnie or Brad had been, you'd been right there. But how did your right rear tire look after the race?
Well, it's not very good. It's like I say, it was bad at the fuel stop, and that's what made me concerned. And you know, we figured track position was, you know, worth staying out there. And then everybody started going in. I knew all those guys behind us had fresh rubber on, but it really didn't slow down there before the fuel stop. I was just hoping I could make it at the end before it blew out.
Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Gary Stuhler, strong run, third place in the 17th annual Pittsburgher 100.
A safe trip home, a great off-season, and we look forward to seeing you. It's been a pleasure working with the folks from the Lucas Oil Late Model Series, James, the gang. Thank you much, and hopefully...